The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and my dear fellow gamers, welcome to the WD Black, the Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with ACT Fibernet and AFK Gaming. I'm your host, Baba Gusta. With me, I have my co-caster slash our spectator, Foxy, as we are here for Season 2 Division 3 Day 4 match. As we proceed with our first matchup, Team Allegiance going up against Team Heat in Map Clubhouse. A very exciting match and also a very high stakes on both of them. As Team Heat, they are in the second place, winning a total of three matches in a row. They haven't lost a single matches, and now they are on their way to reach at the top. Not exactly the same is going to go for Team Allegiance. They haven't won a single match. Unfortunately, they've lost a total of three, and now going up against Team Heat is going to be a difficult one, rather. And also, they are in the danger zone, a very difficult one. As we go back to the game and check out the ban phase, as we see on both the Maverick and the Thatcher, the Heart Breacher as well as the Heart Denier will be taken out, followed up with Kaid being banned on the side of Team Heat. Talking about it, Map Clubhouse, there is no question in denying that Maverick is considered to be one of the most overpowered operators when it comes to opening up the CCTV walls, even though there is the Kaid Electroclaws or bandit charges being placed. As we see the last man coming in from Team Allegiance, and it is going to be the Mira being banned. With that, that would end our ban phase. Maverick, Thatcher, Kaid, and the Mira. As we proceed to round one, as I introduce as I introduce the rosters on the side of Team Heat, we have Eagle Eye, Night Soul, Amst, Lord Bane, and Oxy. And on the side of Team Heat, on the side of Team Allegiance, we have Buckshot, Big Bass, Milacron, Arrow, and Fallen, as the site will be on Basement Church and Arsenal Room. And I've kept Foxy in a bit of a while, so I'm just going to give the mic back to him.
Well, thank you for that, Baba Gusta. I'm definitely very excited as to how this match is going to go out. But more importantly, it's the fact that we are here witnessing Division 3. Once again, just as how Division 3 happens to be, you have so much going around, there's so much stuff happening, and just as both of these teams happen to perform in their own, I would say in their own right, in their own way, they're good at what they do. It'll definitely be a feast to see what the teams have to bring on a map like Clubhouse. I think at this point, we're not in for any surprises as to what these teams will offer, but I'm definitely sure that we do have some good stuff coming in from them, because just the way Clubhouse happens to play out, everybody, at least in this region, happens to be so talented, so skilled, to how Clubhouse is supposed to be played. I don't think anybody can get a Clubhouse map played wrong. And you know, I'm not saying by playing wrong, I don't want you guys to misunderstand that with losing it. There's a huge difference between that. Just happens to be who is able to perform better. You know, either of these teams, which one of them is able to perform better, and that's what we're able to. That's what we're here to find out. Excuse me, just getting some composure for myself, as these teams will be doing that themselves as well. Some early drone works coming in from them, as we got the Nomad being played. That means that's going to give them so much. I'm not sure if that's a good Nomad charge. Honestly, that's not the greatest of 8 jabs, but got Night Soul employing it, and that means he's put some thought process behind it. Gonna take that as a spot from now on. Meanwhile, Lord Bane already pushing up. The man is an amazing fragger. I've told this time and again. Will he be able to frag his brains out? He's got a smoke to contest Arrow. He's very confident as to where he's playing, but Buckshot meanwhile will walk away with the frag. That's going to be on. That's going to be with the C4, in fact. That did happen to come out on the side of Kitchen. Eagle Eye was trying to do so much soft breaching. Sadly, it is him who got taken out. And look at this, the Valkyrie camps providing so much information, and this is definitely not working out well for the side of Team Heat. They're not only lacking information, but more importantly, they're not able to identify where that little crack of their attack happens to be in. That's what it is looking like. But no, as I speak about it, Oxy has started scouting for that Valkyrie cam. He's definitely not putting enough work into it. He's being a little negligent about it, but I would, it might come back to bite him, because then again, when you think about the cam of a Valkyrie, it does happen to provide a whole lot of information. Lord Bane still pushing very steadily, very slowly. He knows exactly what's up, taking his sweet time to draw, just to drone out the tunnel, and just to make sure that the shields have been taken care of as well. Arrow will finally go down to Lord Bane, though that was the push-up we were anticipating from the Ash, and she's finally done it. I still got to find 4 more bodies, though, for both the sides of these teams, for that matter. Night Soul coming up on the side of main stage. He's expecting somebody to get aggressive, but there's nobody coming in. Everybody from the side of Allegiance is just going to be holding down back onto side. They just want to play this at their comfort level. I'm looking at a very good setup coming in. Look at this. 30 seconds left. Smokes are being popped, and the push has got to come in from the attackers now. And there you go. Lord Bane is going to get the first frag. That's going to be Buckshot to take the fall. Oxy has made his way to the side, but he's very low on HP. Meanwhile, the plant is being stuck. There's somebody on main stage. Big BS has got to be careful. No, he is not careful enough. It does not matter. The man walking on top of the main stage is going to get caught. Night Soul does get taken down, but Milakrin and Fallen are the only ones left. Will they be able to clutch this out? It's a 2 versus 2. Essentially, they've gotten Lord Bane and Oxy down, for that matter. A quick check onto where the last, where the attacker was, but it's the last defender all on a Milakrin in a 1 versus 2 that he's got to fight against. Oh boy, this might be the Nomad age jab going off. Oh, Night Soul. I'm never going to doubt the man again. It's definitely, as I happened to talk about that towards the start of the round. There you go. The round is going to complete in a very quick fashion, at least to how we happen to see the first round go down. That being said, I've got to reiterate this once again. Night Soul with a very good no-match charge. Honestly, I really didn't think that would work, but that did. Usually when you come back to no-match charges around the main stairs, they usually get, they usually put them under the floorboards and not openly right beside that dustbin. Speaking of which, that was a good round coming in from the side of Team Heat. They definitely made sure that the Allegiance feel the heat. They'll be once again going back to Church and Arsenal room, though. Definitely going to be an interesting match as to see how attackers happen to take the advantage. Once again, I'm not surprised. It's just the fact that Team Heat has definitely been having better scores than what Allegiance has brought on board, even in the leaderboard of the league. But it was just a good attacking round coming in from the side of Team Heat. And speaking of which, it was indeed a good round for them to execute and walk away, get that confidence up in the first round right off the bat. That being said, I'll pass on the mic to Baba Gusta as he happens to share his information as to how and what we'll be getting to see from this match going ahead.
Well, Foxy, to be honest, the first round was one of the most kicked up matches that we did get to see, especially on the side of Team Heat. Their way of progression, using their smokes to block their line of sight right from the kitchen hatch so that they'll be able to proceed to go for the plant. And although Team Allegiance, they did try to hold their best, but couldn't recover that round after all. As we proceed to round 2, it will be the same side yet again, Basement Church, but this time we do see a Vomai being picked, and that would be Milakran, who's going to be playing as the Vomai. He'll have a total of 5 Vomai magnet needs, which will come around in time, so that he'll be able to place it near the tunnels or maybe in the particular place where there is a deployable shield being placed. With that, the attackers will proceed droning out on the side of kitchen. Will try to make sure that there won't be any Valkyrie camps being placed so that they're not susceptible for a C4 kill, or I would say, I mean, more than just a C4 kill, they still need to be careful for a shotgun kill in which one of the particular defenders will be holding on at the arsenal room. With that, Ace will be able to use his Salma breach charges to open up the walls towards the tunnel, giving them the access, but their job is not done yet. You do have the Ash with a total of 3 flashbangs, and they'll be able to deny those ADSs, followed up with the Ash's breaching charge to take out that deployable shield. And looks like that flashbang will come into effect as one of the Vomai's magnetics will be able to catch a total of 2 projectiles. The drones will come in, giving them the information that there is 2 players that would be Arrow and Buckshot, who's playing also very close. They have a lot of positionings, a lot of. They need to be careful on that angle being holding on to, and looks like Eagle Eye will be able to find one with the nade. Surprisingly enough, eliminating Buckshot, but Arrow will be there to get that refrag, eliminating Eagle Eye in the process. Not, to be honest, I did not expect to see Eagle Eye, throwing a nade, and out of nowhere, the nade did hit not just the deployable shield, but also the Legion operator. Sadly, he's going to go down, but still needs to be careful of the smoke with the smoke grenade, actually the shotgun being used, as Arrow will be able to get yet another kill, eliminating Lord Bane. Looks like 2 soft breaches on the side of Team Heat have been eliminated, and Allegiance might be able to make a good amount of comeback. With that, Ams will be able to use his second Excaros pellet, knowing for the fact that one of the impact needs was used to take out one set of utility. With that, the kitchen hatch will open successfully, although they don't have the control of the tunnels just yet, and the Hibana needs to be careful when she drops down. Third canisters being used from the smoke to make sure that the tunnel push won't happen. As Amst, he has the diffuser in hand. Maybe it should be better if you just give it to Night Soul so that he'll be able to proceed going towards the plant, whereas Amst will be able to hold the angle so that he'll be able to get at least 1 or 2 kills to cover the diffuser as best as possible. With that, we are about to reach the 20-second timer left as we see the Jaeger in the logistics room. Quite surprisingly enough, as Arrow will be able to take yet another one, eliminating Ox. He gets a triple kill as Night Soul with the AK eliminating Big Bass. Doesn't see the player in the side of tunnel as he gets a quad kill. Will he get the ace as the Nomad is right above and fallen? Will be able to eliminate the final player on the side of Team Heat, as Allegiance will be able to win their second round of defense yet again on Basement Church. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, round 3 will proceed. 1-1 is the score line, as the site will be on second floor CCTV and cash room. Arrow with a total of a quad kill in his possession, a good use of his SMG-11, although Eagle Eye with the impressive nade to take out both the deployable shield and the Legion, both at the same time, was a surprising one, but the instant refrag did come in with the help of the smoke gas canisters, which made the attackers not being able to push from the tunnel, and then in the end, they were forced to drop down from the kitchen, in which they are compromised on more than 2 to 3 angles on the side defenders, and they lost that specific round. Round 3 will proceed. Second floor CCTV will be site, and I'll leave the mic back to Foxy.
Well, that's exactly where we're headed. As I'm somehow, Baba Gusta, I happen to just get the gist of everything that's been going around, and just from the looks of it, we've got some really good stuff that we'll be anticipating, at least from my side. I just happened to realize that Fallen does happen to be a former friend of mine, which I did not, as in we used to play together, so I'm not sure if that's the same Fallen or not, but I'll be running my checks later on that. But just able to follow up on that little note that if he's the same Fallen that I know him of, he happens to come out from the Invictus clan, that is, Invictus squad. We've had some other players coming from that squad as well. You guys might know Focus from Team Athenix Gaming. Happened to make it to the Esports Club Ahmedabad LAN as well. But hey, I think I've gone a little too off topic right now. We're going to be focusing on the role Fallen is coming up with, and that's going to be the Jaeger. He's holding down the roam game for the side of the defense. Allegiance, they're definitely looking very good, at least as to how they want to be approaching the CCTV and cash room. But let's see if they're able to do that in perfection or not. Eagle Eye has already made his way on the side of the jacuzzi, getting the breaches done and whatnot. Just some standard stuff coming in. Drone works being put in from the side of the attacks, and that means Fallen, he's gotten a little bit of a time to just invest in these bullet holes. Lord Bane already making his way in, is going to do some damage. That will be to the bandit batteries and nobody else. And as I speak about it, it'll be Buckshot to take the fall. Night Soul from the window is going to make quick work of him. Not sure why Buckshot would go for that aggression, but hey, it did not work out for him. Night Soul was able to walk away with one of those, and just going to be very glad that he did. Milakron, meanwhile, is just going to fall back and forth with the shield that he has for himself, making sure that all of these soft breaches are not, not so much easy for the side of the attackers just to move around. Fallen still downstairs. I don't think he's picked up a fight with Lord Bane yet, because Lord Bane has moved above himself. He's rappelling right now on the balcony, as we slowly see the attacks make the push on the side of construction as well. Fallen still downstairs. That'll be the Jaeger people. He's got to be on the roam, and with no utility in his back pocket that he could possibly make use of from a rather longer distance, he's gonna have to pick these gunfights. When does that happen to come down is the real question. 1 minute left in this round, and it's gonna come down to this 60 seconds on how it happens to boil down and pan out. Meanwhile, slowly prepping for this flank that he's wanting to come up with. AMST is going to spot him and take him out. That's a drone that was seeing him out. That was Night Soul, in fact. Night Soul gets his double this time around. The only person on the side of the attackers is Night Soul, who's been making these kills. Eagle Eye beats in some of that toxic gas canister. Looks like he's not wearing his mask, but he is. He's the Slash right way. Night Soul is popping off on the other side. He's already on the side. He's able to walk away with 3 kills. He might be able to walk away with 2 more. Arrow, meanwhile, is going to take so much damage. He's got to go for the confirmation. He doesn't even need it. Flawless round coming in from the side of Team Heat people. And it's definitely a very, very dominating round coming in from them. More importantly, just because of how they happen to bring that in perfect cohesion. Every single part of that round came out to be beautifully executed and beautifully well done from the side of Team Heat. That being said, we'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. As hey, round 3 did happen to go to them. We'll be taking a quick look at the finishing kill from Lord Bane as well. Is quite the turn of events as to how I expected the match to go down. I was expecting a little more fight from both these teams, but that's not what I'm getting to see. I'm getting to see a very nicely executed, no problems whatsoever for Team Heat. 5-man standing towards the end as well. A flawless round will be putting them in a very minor and a very early advantage for themselves. 2-1 is going to be the scoreline, and we're headed to round 4.
Well, if Fallen did get that flank opportunity right from the main stairs, it would have been a different scenario, and almost it would have given in the form on the side of Team Allegiance if they had not taken out the drone, which is on the main stairs. But worry not, in round 4, maybe we might be able to see some great adaptations coming in from Legions, as Fallen, who was the one who was playing as the Jaeger, he will be playing as the Mute. Those jammers will be very effective, especially with the hard breaches. That would be the Ace with his Selma breach charges. Taking on a note that one of the most hard breaches ever played used to be Thermite, but since Ace was introduced to the competitive scene, so sadly the Thermite's pick rate has eventually gone down. But for now, I just have to worry about the spawn kill in which Buckshot was about to try it right from the windows of main stairs towards the tunnel. Unfortunately, he won't be able to find one, so he will back and rotate back. He'll just technically fall back to a particular position. As I'm in towards the jacuzzi, now he'll be towards the roof, as he will basically hold an angle right from the construction window, make sure a construction window or CCTV window to make sure that if there is any if there's any angles being held on to, or a bandit trick charges, bandit tricks or Kai tricks will be denied as soon as possible. But they still need to be careful that there is a mute jammer in the CCTV room, so they are forced to use the Ash's breaching charges to open it up, hopefully taking out the jammer so that they'll be able to proceed opening up the walls of CCTV. With that, the sound will give the confirmation that it is about to open, as Eagle Eye will proceed opening up the walls of the garage. They'll be able to give good amount of access. The only problem is they need to win that gunfight against a particular player who is holding right from the garage catwalk. I believe that would be Milakran, who's playing on that specific position. The push comes in, and the Ash will be able to win that gunfight. Lord Bane, he was born with it, molded by it, and he's going to eliminate him. One kill goes down, and that would be Milakran. Lord Bane, he's still on 10 HP. He still needs to be careful on the push, in which Buckshot is slowly creeping in. And he almost gives the confirmation that the stock is clear, although the push from Buckshot will be able to find one, eliminating Lord Bane, but doesn't see the sledge right from that exact location. A good kill and a good refract coming in, but does he know that there is big base playing? Yes, he does. He decides to fall back right from the oil put, and it was this huge mistake, as Eagle Eye will be able to claim that kill. Double kill comes in from Eagle Eye, as there is yet another angle right from the cash room, in which he apparently one of the players have vaulted in. That was Fallen with the MP5K in hand, but with him it would not be a good idea to go for the vault yet again, because he is compromised on various location. Arrow will be able to use his second smoke gas canisters to make sure that the plant wouldn't come in. Oxy will proceed to go for the plant, but will there be a C4 play? No, it does not. Actually, Fallen with the C4 comes in, but unfortunately it is too late, and neither does the diffuser goes down. Night Soul eliminating Fallen, and now it is Arrow in a post-plan situation. He needs to find 4 players, and it is technically a done deal. He is compromised on every location. The nade will come in, dealing a bit of a damage. The wall comes in, eliminating the sledge, decides to reload his SMG-11, but that was just one player. In a total of 20 seconds, he needs to find 3 more, and it's going to be a very difficult task, and Oxy will be there to shut down Arrow. Team Heat winning round 4 on second floor CCTV. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, what a great hold coming in from Team Allegiance, but it wasn't enough for... what a good hold coming in from Team Allegiance, but couldn't handle Team Heat's aggressiveness when they decides to push in. We did see a lot of kills. We did see a lot of... refracts that did come in from the defenders, but unfortunately they couldn't get the win on the side. As we proceed to round 5, Basement Church will be the site with Team Heat in the lead.
That's exactly what this match is shaping up to be. Team Heat taking control of the situation, 3-1, heading on to round 5, 2 rounds before the role swap. They're looking very confident, but more importantly, I would like to point this out that Team Heat has definitely... they've had a better outlook towards Division 3 as compared to what Allegiance is offering. Just on a general scale, you know, Allegiance did start off as a Division 2 team, if I'm not wrong. I'm pretty sure it did start off, because I was very excited to see what Allegiance happens to bring out themselves. Coming out in Division 2, looks like they were not able to survive the Bloodbath division. It's not made for everybody. You've always got more chances to it, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Trying to get that top 3 spot for themselves and push it to Division 2 once again towards the end of the season, but looks like Team Heat has got that in control more than what Allegiance has. They've not been lacking as to what they're bringing. It's just coming down to the fact that Team Heat is able to walk away with better picks when it comes to the most important moment. They're able to get the kills in, and you know, it does not matter if Allegiance is able to even keep that man count alive towards the end. They are somehow dropping. The crossfires are not working out, or is there no communication, or is just bad timing? I'm not sure which one of it is it, but I'm very sure that Team Heat is looking much more confident. And why wouldn't they be? They happen to be the present contenders of the top most position in Division 3. So it can only make sense why Team Heat wants to do stuff like this, because they want to keep that score line as little hinged as possible. So we got Eagle Eye. He's just I'm not sure if he's gotten the call out or that's just an hallucination, because there's nobody over there. There's no roam game coming in from the side of the defense at all. In fact, it'll be only from the side of the Jaeger. Fallen once again is going to be all the way on the side of Bars. Wants to move quickly and steadily, but he might get taken down. And yes, he will. Along with the Battleized Bandwave comes the attacker swinging in, and that'll be the Eagle Eye. making sure that Arrow gets taken down as well. That being said, just a little bit of a stall point for the attackers and the defense as well. But most definitely, defense will be a little more emphasized as to how they want to deny the attackers coming back onto the site. Arrow still very confused as to what's happening. Nobody's pushing on the side of construction. He's a little confused, honestly. And as Milagron is going to pick up a kill, where did that come from? Lord Bane is going to be the one to take the fall, and that's a huge kill. You're able to get that off a long angle. Oh, Milagron, that would have been a shot to witness. Look at the man go off. That was a long kill. Really good stuff from Milagron, but coming back to what I was trying to convey, the fact that back to a 4v4, and it's just gonna come out to the fact that will Allegiance survive? And as I speak about it, Eagle Eye is just gonna make sure that he gets another frag for himself. Here's Buckshot trying to pick up a fight of his own. That's gonna be with Night Soul. Night Soul so far has been amazing for his team as to what he happens to add. Will he be able to get this frag? So impactful for him right now. Just some stuff being thrown around from the side of the defense, and the Maestro is gonna get blown to bits as that's the third kill for Eagle Eye. Is this man on his ace? He's definitely on it. Night Soul trying to find a free frag, yet he's gonna go for the drop. Will he find it? No! Potatoes come in, and that's the Legion to walk away with a very free frag until he gets taken down by AMST. The ace does get denied, but there's still got a 1 versus 3 that could possibly get converted from the side of Team Allegiance. Arrow making his way in, and he'll be shown his way out rather from the side of Team Heat. Round 5 was theirs to take, and that has been the story, people, for these few rounds back to back. Team Heat has definitely been enjoying what they like to bring on board. We'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. As sometimes, just in the hype of the moment, I forget to take us into the instant replays. I have to just quickly click some buttons. I forgot to do that completely. I just get a little too involved in the game. All right, he's going to clutch. Oh, that's sad. But hey, that out of the way, I would love to see the clutch coming in from Allegiance. That's just not what they're up for today. They're just looking a little scattered, if I may. But hey, I'll be looking forward to see what they happen to offer. We might see a turn of events coming down. We are, in fact, headed to round 6, the last round before the role swap. What will we get to see? A 4-1 turning into a 4-2, or will that be 4-1 turning into a 5-1? Definitely going to be an interesting question that we'll be finding the answer to in round 6 on Church and Arsenal once again.
Well, with that 6th pick coming in from Big Base as he switches to the castle, we might be able to see an extended drone coming in from Team Allegiance, with them opening up the hatches on both the bar as well as the kitchen, I believe. Maybe they will just open up just the bar and make sure they'll be able to reinforce the stock hatch as well as the kitchen. So that extended roam might be able to give some good opportunities or changes on the side of Team Allegiance. But if Team Heat gets to know what kind of strategies that they're going through, they'll be able to find a similar weakness, and hopefully they'll be able to take it out as soon as possible. With that, we are going to proceed to action phase. 3 attackers on the side of Team Heat will proceed to spawn on the side of construction site, and the other will be spawned near the warehouse, I believe. And with that, Night and Soul, the AK in hand, a total of 3 air jabs in her possession, did work out well for a total of 3 to 4 rounds. Will be able to push in, use the drone, obviously, to make sure that to find any operators holding in at least on the 2nd floor, and make sure they'll be able to go to the site as best as possible. With that, the starting drones will come in, especially on the side of Eagle Eye, and looks like Boxshot will be able to end Bane. An important kill as the Ash goes down. A total of 3 flashbangs and 2 Ash breaching charges won't be available in the early amounts of rounds. That is a lot of utilities being wasted on the side of Team Heat, as Allegiance have picked an important one. As Boxshot will be the one holding that angle from the tunnels as he throws one of his Legion goo mines to make sure that the attackers get stung and restrict them from using their sprint. With that, Milagron will be able to use his deployable shield to hold an angle right from the blue room, as a lot of prefab has been coming in right from the attackers. But Buckshot will decides to hold the angle. He's just going to wait. No, he's just going to fall back, and the communications will come in saying that there is a push coming in right from the blue. The wall comes in from the sledge. A failed attempt as the UMP will claim the life of Eagle Eye. Big Base with extreme patience will be able to eliminate one, but here comes another player, and he also goes down as well. Amps with the diffuser down, and with that, Oxy will be the last man standing as he needs to clutch it out on a 1v5 ace clutch situation. Will it happen, or will Allegiance be able to get their win? We are about to find out. With Oxy, he knows that there is one playing also very close, and Arrow with a perfect SMG-11 kill will be able to win, giving them a flawless round on round 6 Basement Church. As we take a look at it in the Act Fibernet instant replay, we will now proceed to the second half, round 7, where Team Heat will be the one on defense. Team Heat winning a total of 4 attack rounds in a row. They are currently in the lead, and with them on defense, it's just going to be a matter of time where they need a total of 3 defending rounds to claim the win against them. Eagle Eye and Night Soul with a total of 7 kills, as Buckshot in the lead, having a total of 4 kills in his hand. And with that, we are going to proceed to round 7. Basement Church will be the side. We do see a same use of operators, although we won't be able to see a Vamai pick. We do see a Melusi being picked on the side of Night Soul as a 6th pick comes in, as Big's Base decides to switch for the Nomad to the IQ.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Well, once again, as in excitement, I completely forgot that I've got to unmute my mic. But hey, here I am, we here on round 7, and very good pacing that Team Heat happened to bring up. And once again, I think it's the casters curse coming alive. I did happen to question that will we be able to see a 4-2 coming out, and there might be a good probability for it, and that's what Allegiance brought up. I think it was not just Allegiance's better play style, it was just the fact that Team Heat played that very recklessly. Allegiance made sure they punished that recklessness and not let them walk away with it and not have any more confidence whatsoever as they happen to move ahead into this match. That being said, we've got the action phase underway, and it's definitely going to be a very good approach as to what we see from the side of Allegiance now that they happen to be on attack, because I'm very excited to see what they happen to bring out. They did not exactly perform well on the side of defense, and I don't want to be overemphasizing this, and by this I mean the fact that, hey, Clubhouse is a defender-favored map. You're not able to win on defense. There's a very off chance of a thing that you might not be able to win on attack as well, but that's not been the case, at least not in the recent times, for our region, for the players in our region, as to how they like to be approaching Clubhouse. We've got, statistically at least on paper, it looks like attackers are having a better time enjoying Clubhouse than defenders. Speaking of defenders, we've got Eagle Eye already up and close. He's going to be on main stairs. He's trying to find somebody. I'm not sure he'll be able to or not. Just going to be chilling. For now, Oxy's still watching this angle. Night Soul, he's taking some damage, and that's only from the soft reach that's happening above him. He's going to be chilling for now. Eagle Eye still with the C4 in his back pocket. He's very ecstatic. He just wants to make sure that he gets a kill or two from the main stairs, but I don't think that's going to be the case. They do have the Valkyrie cams relaying information from above, or maybe not, because you've got Big Base playing the IQ as well. So that's going to be a changing factor as to how they approach this compared to what Team Heat like to bring in. Let's see how that turns out. Milakron making his push is going to make sure that the shield is taken care of as he happens to slowly push Oxy a little too far behind. Oh, the ironic name for the man who keeps throwing gas canisters that are made of toxic gas. Oxy is just going to be holding this angle down. Not got anybody pushing him, at least not yet. There's some kind of resistance from the attackers, but not enough. You know, they're just trying to drain out these canisters, and that'll be the last of it. Milakron does take a lot of damage. He speaks right with the shotgun. Does not do a whole lot of damage, but definitely scares off the attackers. He himself is going to fight and fall back. Good decision from the side of the Smoke. Meanwhile, Lord Bane on his flank. Smoke does get taken down. That was a little long due from the side of the attackers. They finally got it. 30 seconds left. Anything can happen right now. Fallen might as well find the Jaeger right now. He will. He'll make sure that's a quick and easy headshot for him as well. Eagle Eye, AMST, and Night Soul is all that is left for the side of the defense and Team Heat to make sure their performance matters. And will it matter or not? AMST picks up a first frag. That's going to be the diffuser drop as well. Arrow is the one who took the fall. Buckshot Mule is going to go down, and 2 quick kills come in from the side of the attackers as Orlando AMST with the Alda fires away, but nothing happens. That's because it's Allegiance already walking away with this round. That was Buckshot pushing in from the main stairs. Look at this surprise attack with the SMG-11 on the face of the Maestro. It does not even matter if you have the all-down. I've got to commend the fact that Buckshot decided to walk in a pre-fire of the Alda from the main stairs. That was very ballsy to do, you know, just on a general scale. Nobody in a sane mind would like to walk in front of an Alda just pre-firing away like that. Look at that. Still went for it, and well, high risk, high reward. He got it. Finishing kill will be awarded to Allegiance people, as they'll be putting this match a little closer than what Team Heat might be expecting it to go. 4-3 is going to be the scoreline. And we're headed to round 8. Might as well see the equalizer coming in this round.
Well, to be honest, Foxy, we did see the same situation as in the previous matchup where they did go up against Statics Gaming. We did see the match on overtime on map Oregon, but unfortunately they could not get the win against them. It was 8-6, in which Allegiance made a surprising comeback right on the side of defense, but could not win the overtime match point. Hopefully, this might be the match where Team Allegiance would be their match of redemption. Will it happen is going to be the biggest question for them as we proceed to round 8. Basement, actually not basement, it will be second floor CCTV. We do see a huge emphasis towards the Intel operator Valkyrie, which will be able to give good amount of information. We did see one of her cams being thrown out right from the construction, as Oxy with the mute jammers to provide, to deny any informations or any utilities that have been thrown on the side of attackers. With that, we will proceed to action phase. Buckshot using his sledgehammers to make an entryway towards the dirt tunnel and proceeds to push in to the second floor CCTV. Maybe he will open up the hatches towards logistics and start pushing from the second floor master bedroom. With that, Fallen will be able to use one of his Excaros pellets, followed up with 2 more to make an entryway towards the garage and also an angle right from the CCTV window. With Malakran sprinting his way towards the arsenal room, he has good amount of drones to make sure that if we do find any one of the operators currently playing on the side of lounge or maybe near the stock entrance, you'll be able to eliminate them with that surprise attack. With that, Buckshot is still right outside the garage, just waiting for a correct information on where exactly the location is in which Amst is holding on the side of garage catwalk. He doesn't have the deployable shield because he placed it in a different position, as the magnets will be placed from that specific position as well. He actually hears the sound of Hibana. It's going to be a matter of time, and there you go. Amps with the first clean, precise kill will be able to eliminate Buckshot, giving them the early kill. As Lord Bane will be able to get one more, eliminating Arrow. The soft breacher and the hard breacher unfortunately won't be available, as Lord Bane will still be in the stock room holding the angle. He still needs to be careful to make sure that he plays as passively as possible, or else he's just going to lose that gunfight, in which and a total of three attackers have decided to push in right from that exact position. Ronox will be able to spot his location, and Lord Bane is in big trouble. One push coming in from stock, two push coming in right on the side of lounge, and he is cornered. But if he does eliminate the Zofia, the Lord Bane will be able to find one, but unfortunately Milakran will be able to shut him down. A good hunt from Team Allegiance, as they'll be able to claim one player, but unfortunately they have lost a lot of time. 50 seconds left on the side of Team Allegiance as they need to open up the side. Unfortunately, with one of the hard breaches being eliminated and the Hibana using a total of 3 Excaros pellets, the CCTV push won't happen. Although the garage push will happen though, in which Amst is holding that angle barely. The push comes in, he'll be able to get a perfect shot. Will he be able to get the third? Is the biggest question. No, he does not. Whiffed a lot of shots as he reloads his MP5K, and then he goes down. 2 kills from Amst, but unfortunately Big Base will be there to eliminate him. But here comes Eagle Eye with the flank. He has his pre-placed C4 right from the second floor CCTV. He needs to play this passively. He needs to wait for that bait to work out, as Allegiance have a total of 10 seconds left. The push will immediately come in as Milakran has around 10 HP left. Eagle Eye waiting for the opportunity as the plant will come in. The pre-placed C4 is going to be a matter of moment when that comes in. One shot, but unfortunately that pre-placed C4 won't come out. But in the end, it won't work out on the side of the attackers as well. Team Heat winning round 8 second floor CCTV. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, a good hold coming in from Team Heat, especially Lord Bane eliminating one, and Amps with the total of 2 kills right from the garage catwalk. He did held his ground as best as possible, and they did it in style. As we proceed to round 9, Basement Church will be the site, and Team Allegiance need to pick up their place, because Team Heat, they've only need 2 more rounds, and Team Allegiance, there are 2 more rounds as well to equalize the score count against them. 6 pick comes in as Lord Bane decides to switch from the Pulse to the Vigil, and one of their teammate, that would be Night Soul, will get disconnected, sad to a technical issue, connectivity issue. I just I mean, I just did not know why I said technical issue. It's just I was about to say that it was a connectivity issue. I do have to apologize for the confusion that I was been making about it. But anyways, we are going to proceed to round 9 with Team Heat winning round 8. In round 9, it will be on Basement Church, since they did successfully defend on second floor CCTV. This will be their line of defense. So on round 7, it didn't work out well in the favor on the side of Team Heat, as Allegiance pushed very aggressively right on the side of tunnel, eliminating the smoke. And looks like Eagle Eye will ask for a rehost, and looks like we are going to go for a rehost here. 5-3 will be the score line. An impressive first half coming in from both the teams, and also great plays that we did get to see from Team Allegiance as well. Although they did had a lot of problems on the side of the first half, winning only 2 rounds, and now in the second half, they're just trying to make sure they'll be able to get that win as soon as possible. Now, talking about the ban phase that we did get to see, Maverick, Thatcher, Kaid, and Mira. The most standard bans that you do get to see would be a Thatcher and a Mira. No, to be honest, most of the bans that we did see is actually quite standard, of course, because the map is Clubhouse. You have the Maverick. I don't even know why I said only 2 ban phases, just standard, because on a map like Clubhouse, Maverick is the main guy who gets banned most of the time, because he has he has complete access to open up CCTV. I mean, he is the
Just as
most played operators when it comes to opening it out. Yeah, please
Yeah,
go ahead,
just as he
Foxy.
happens to offer that blowtorch, and more importantly, he's got the nades as well in his back pocket. So it does happen to give them better movements of a chef's nade and whatnot. Coming back to a map like Clubhouse, where hard breaching happens to be such an important factor as to how you approach the map. But hey, I think this is what it comes down to. If we don't see the Maverick being banned, at least in the matches where the Maverick is banned, we do get to see so much of the frag heavy side of Siege, I believe, because that's what we're getting to see right now. It's coming down to the breaches, but when the pushes are in fact happening, they're a little, I would say, they're a little scattered, because there's no room for denial coming in from the side of the defenders. That's got to be something that I failed to point out during the match, but I'd like to point out right now. But hey, expecting more from the defenders is what I'm trying to see, because something that I'm not able to put together is why are teams in our region able to win on attack but not on defense on a map like Clubhouse.
Well, Foxy, it's just 3 words. The tides have changed. That's all I can say, Foxy. Because most of the
yeah,
time,
definitely in a game like Siege, where you have shifting meta, I'm gonna have to agree with on that. But yes, please carry on.
I mean, when I say the tides have been shifted, I do want to talk about shifting tides where Vamai is being played with the magnets. I mean, most of the time you do see a deployable shield with the Jaeger and Vamai combo, because that is one of the most highly meta played ops, in which you can be able to deny any utilities or projectiles which are coming right from the attackers. So what I'm really excited about is the next update, in which we are going to see Aruni being played, the most one of the most exciting defenders, and also the reworked Tachanka. My goodness, he's one of the most the most buffed defenders I have ever seen. Although it's sad that we won't be able to see Tachanka in competitive play, because he is quarantined. So but we might be able to see some major changes that come in, where Vamai won't be able to have a deployable shield, followed up with the Jaeger having to only deny one of the projectiles every 10 seconds. It is infinite. They can be able to pick it up and place it back again to reset its timer, but it requires a lot of timing. It requires a lot of skill. And also, even if you do try to replace it, you are vulnerable to gunfights and aggressive plays. Also, a very exciting change that we actually did get to see. But for now, talking about the match in hand, Team Allegiance versus Team Heat. Heat winning a total of 4 attack rounds in a row. is definitely what I said, that the tides are changing. Because on a map like Clubhouse, Basement Church is considered to be one of the most highly defender favored site, and the attackers just opening up the kitchen hatch at ease, getting the control of tunnel as best as possible, and then all they have to do is just wait for the execute to come in which they did it flawlessly well for the past to be honest, for the past 4 rounds. And then Allegiance did try to salvage it out on round 2 Basement Church, as well as on round 6 Basement Church, where Team Allegiance did try to hold their ground as best as possible. And yeah, it was a flawless win coming in from round 6. I don't know what happened on Team Heat at that specific moment. Maybe they did not drone enough towards the site, nor get a total of good information to go for the execute as best as possible. But 4-2 is a decent score on the side of Team Heat. But for Team Allegiance, they need to step it up, because they are in the last position in Division 3. That would be in 8th position. They haven't won a single match yet, and if they do not win these matches from now on, they would be on the brink of being eliminated out of this tournament. Although, and don't have to worry about it, because season 3 registrations are live. All you have to do is go to the esports club, link is in the description, and join. Even though if you are solo and if you're looking for a team, there is solo registrations on the season 3 TEC Rainbow Six Siege Pro League. A very interesting season 3 that I do get to witness, and also it's going to be one hell of a match, especially on the side of qualifier phases as well. So it is, who knows, we might be able to see some new superstars coming in from Division 3 as well. I know, I know, just I keep saying this time and time again, but it's always that excitement, it's always that curiosity that comes into my mind, saying that there might be some great players, great talents which is situated in the South APAC region, that might be able to change the entire tide of this region. Who knows, we might be able to see some exciting C4 plays, nor some exciting gun plays when it comes to the team coordination that's coming in from both of these teams in Division 3 itself is so strategic, so exciting. You might not even know that who goes down, who comes back up, who makes clutches, and who's going to be able to make ace as well. Although we did see some considerable less amount of aces being made, but we did see some exciting plays coming in from one dedicated player. Now with that, the entire team is in. We're just waiting for the ready confirmations to come in, and with that, it's just going to be a matter of moment where we are ready up and come back with the match. But for now, we just yeah, looks like we are back in the action, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to proceed to round 9. Believe it was 5-3, I believe, favoring on the side of Team Heat. Maybe
That's
I
exactly
did
what it was, I think. Because
yeah, I guess it was 5-3.
yes,
Yeah, there you go.
coming back, I've actually taken the notes from you, Baba Gusta. So
Hmm.
yes, so coming back to this match is definitely going to be an exciting match. And hey, speaking of which, let's get into the game, people. We're already under the way on round 9, and that's going to be these amazing teams taking it off and kicking it off from where we happen to leave them. Team Heat, they're definitely looking very confident as to how they want to be securing the match point for themselves. But I'm sure the question right now is in hand is only that will they be able to pull that off? Or is this a possible comeback situation we might see from the side of Allegiance? That's going to be an interesting thing to find out. But right now, it's just going to be round 9, and that's what we are going to focus on. No more distractions as to what we happen to be breaking down about this one. And I don't think this strategy needs any breaking down. We're going to see a little bit more of a molded strategy coming in from the side Team Heat as to how they like to be approaching the roam game on Clubhouse. The mute jam is definitely helping them deny so much information. That's going to get used along with Eagle Eye's Mozzie Pests. That essentially, just in a little way, does happen to serve the same purpose of what the mute jammers do, not let drones in. And that's why we've seen so many Mozzie mains just not take out, capture drones or take out drones for that matter. They just like to shoot them, because when it does come to the information denial, that's when you'll be using those pests. Not for, not exactly for acquiring drones. That's for crippling the attackers a little more than putting yourselves on a better advantage of a gadget. I think that's how the pests are supposed to be working. I haven't got to see a whole lot of that. It's just comes down to very less Mozzie being played. But when he does get played, though, we've seen some amazing plays come out, some very frag-heavy plays. Speaking of frag-heavy, my eyes are going to be on Lord Bane. I'm looking forward to see what he happens to bring out. He's definitely come out. Look at the man. Okay, all right. Who happens to be standing in the middle of the bar? He just moved back to cover, as I happen to say that. But you just happen to stand in the middle of the bar, and I don't mean this out of disrespect. I mean that Lord Bane look at that. Stuff like that, dude. He does that and he gets away with it. He's able to walk away with so much stuff. Not sure why he pokeballed himself. He wanted to go back in his resting place. Right now it's going to be Milakron who's going to be facing the music. It's going to be the Zofia. She does get down. I think that was in fact... Oh, she fell off, I think. She did fall off. I believe that was it. Lord Bane started things off. Got the kill frenzy coming in. He's going to got their first frag in, and that'll be Buckshot to take the fall. It's definitely going to turn out to be an interesting turn of events as to who happens to meet the other end of the bullets of the Vigil. Still on the roam, uncontested for that matter, on his in his own habitat that he's made for himself, right beside the jukebox. We might get to see a clearance, at least in terms of how the roam clear is being approached from the side of the attack. But it's just the way they're looking at right now. With the sledge being taken down as well, they have so much less soft beats to work with, and so many C4s to worry about. Oxy and Eagle Eye, both of them will have C4s, but Eagle Eye is the man on the flank. He might be able to get this frag onto Milakron if he happens to play this well, because Milakron is solo on HP. Could get taken down on a possible pre-fire, but the pre-fire is from Lord Bane though, and that'll be on to everybody who's playing on the side of Kitchen. He's definitely making their life a living hell, as he's might be able to walk away with a frag or two. Milakron, very careful and very scared as to what he's speaking, but is that a side drop I'm getting to see already? That is, in fact, a side drop coming in. Lord Bane will take the fall. We've got the plant already going down, but the C4 comes in from Oxy. He makes sure he gets the double kill. Where is Big Baze and Arrow? Arrow's already done the plant, and Big Baze is the one on the flank. He's watching it. Arrow's got to stay alive here as long as he can, because from the looks of it, he won't be surviving for long. He's got no cover, no support. Big Baze is on top of the hatch, but for how long can he survive? Oxy will keep on his killing spree on, and that'll be the triple kill for the man. But here's Big Baze. He has to find this kill on the Mozzie. He won't be surviving that. And as I speak about it, Ronnie comes up. Eagle Eye will make sure he gets that frag, and just finishing off things in style, looking at my man Mumbai and making sure that round 9 is secure. He'll just blow himself up. Team Heat will be taking this round, people, and just not like that. They'll be taking this round to put themselves on match point. That's right. Team Heat will go to match point, and we're headed to round 10. Let's see if this match happens to end here or not. Well, speaking of which, we'll be going back into the ACT Fibernet instant replay, people, as I do happen to come out about some little stuff I happen to forget about pointing out over here. It's definitely not the best decision making from the side of the attackers to just jump ship and leave the hatch for the defenders to retake. That's not the best decision making, honestly. You know, even if you're coming down to losing the round and there's just too many people flanking you on Kitchen, not leaving anybody back on Kitchen that could, you know, turn out to be a little useful for you, because one man was just not enough for them. They at least needed two back upstairs. That was just not the case. They could not survive that, and that's what has put Team Heat on the match point. That being said, pass the mic over to you, Babagusta, as we headed to round 10. What do you think? Team Heat is going to secure this, or is it going to be a comeback from Allegiance?
Well, Foxy, we're about to find out in this specific round. For me, when it comes to prediction-wise, I am not that good at it, so I'm just going to say the exact opposite, that Allegiance might be able to make this match, putting it to overtime. That's basically a prediction, and I know it's not going to happen because, you know, cast is curse. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it does not, but now we'll see what's going to happen as we see the prep phase about coming to an end, as Eagle Eye will proceed to reinforce the bedroom hallway, which would be right from the jacuzzi room, as the site would be on second floor gym. Action phase will commence. Match point is in on the side of Team Heat, as a total of 4 attackers will proceed to spawn on the side of construction, and they'll start rappelling in towards the CCTV wall. With that, a total of some particular armor panel will be used, one on the side of construction, one maybe to block the access way towards the logistics, and the third, I actually have no idea with that. Although the thermites is exothermic charge will be used to open up the walls on the side of CCTV, so they'll proceed to push in. The Jaeger will be able to take out the attacker's zone, in which he's playing also very close, not at the catwalk, he is at the garage. table. He gets on a gunfight and he will be able to win it out. Arrow goes down. He still needs to find two more, in which the wall bang that the IQ did try to attempt didn't work out well, but now it did. Buckshot was the one. I do have to apologize. It was Buckshot, as Amps will be able to take out another one. Milakron goes down as well. Quite unfortunately, the Zofia and the Ash will be eliminated at the early amount of rounds, which would give a lot of freedom on the side of Team Heat to just take a chill pill, make sure that they'll just wait for the attackers to push in, and then when the time comes, they'll be prepped, they'll be ready, and they'll make sure to eliminate them as soon as possible. And looks like Amps will be able to take out yet another one. Big base goes down as well, which leads to Buckshot and Fallen, in which Fallen is holding an angle right from the CCTV with him repelling, and Buckshot he's trying to push in right from the right now he's in jacuzzi using the nade to take out the mute jammers. For a moment there, he thought there might be a specific operator who's holding that specific hallway, but unfortunately he won't be able to find one. With the sledge using his breach hammer to open up the logistics hatch, I believe the draw from hatch will begin, as Fallen with a total of 3 Excaro splits will be able to make an entryway towards the jacuzzi room. It's just going to be a matter of moment when that breach will execute, and with that the push from Sledge will come in as he decides to drop in from the logistics stats. It just needs a good amount of timing, and looks like that timing will come in. The drop down comes in from the Sledge, holding the angle right from the second floor bedroom as he slowly pushes in like a snake, and he will get one, but unfortunately he'll get caught from the player as Night Soul eliminating Buckshot, which leads to Fallen all by himself and needs to clutch it out on a 1v3 situation. He has information, he has some information, but Amst with him quickly rotating right from the hatches from the second floor gym. It's just going to be a matter of moment when that push comes in. Fallen pushing in from the bathroom. He knows that there is one playing also very close as the vault comes in. Unfortunately, Night Soul will be able to win that gunfight. Team Heat winning round 10 on second floor gym, as they will be the one to claim their victory against Team Allegiance on map Clubhouse, and they will be in the top of the standings. Well played on the side of Team Heat, and also well played on the side of Team Allegiance, but unfortunately for them, they are on the brink of being eliminated in the Division 3. So hopefully we might be able to see them making some impressive plays in the next match. Talking about it, a good, interesting match. We did get to see 7-3 in favor of Team Heat, and I just like how it rhymes.
I mean, who doesn't love a good poetry, right? But
Yep.
hey, coming down to this Team Heat, definitely they're looking very secured. Baba, just as it happens to be Team Heat, they have already gotten a great standing as to what they have in Division 3. With this win, they'll definitely be advancing that standing a little more. But before we go into reliving the moments or special moments of the match, anything you have to say, Baba, about how the match went down and what you expected out of these teams and what we got to see?
Well, talking about first, I would like to say to Lord Bane, he was molded by it. I forgot to say what the next line was. I was so prepared at
He
that
was born
exact
with it,
moment.
molded by it.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
He was born with it, molded by it. But unfortunately, I could not do well. But anyways, Lord Bane's performance when it comes to his roaming capabilities, and also his performance as the Ash on attack, has been excellent, and he's been providing some early kills. And with that early kills, it's been giving a lot of opportunities for Team Heat to make sure that they'll be able to get the best win as possible. Although for Team Allegiance, the only round that they did win was 2 rounds of defense on Basement Church on round 2 and round 6, followed up with them winning only 1 round of attack on round 7, Basement Church. We did see Milakron making some impressive plays, especially on Basement Church, where they tried to push in to the limit when they were trying to push in from the oil pit to make sure that they'll be able to get the control as best as possible, so that they'll be able to eliminate them as best as possible, as fast as they could, and they actually did it, really well. But in the end, Team Heat got to adapt to the situation. They did get to adapt on what kind of plays that the attackers is going from. It was more of predicting for Team Heat to know what was going on the side of Team Allegiance, and they just recovered it one by one. Although we did see some minor mistakes that would come in on the side of Team Heat, but they did recover it at that specific round itself. So with that, with that, we are going to go relive the moment as we check back the highlights on what exactly happened in this specific match on Allegiance versus Team Heat. Starting off with round two, Basement Church, where Allegiance did win it out with an impressive hold from the Basement Church. And then here comes an aggressive push from the Nomad herself, where she eliminates two of the players from CCTV just by pushing from the CCTV breach wall, eliminating two of them, as Lord Bane was the one covering his back from the garage catwalk as well as the main stairs. It worked out well. And then as we proceed to the next round, it was a total of 3 rounds went into the favor of Team Heat, where the site was on second for CCTV and Basement Church. We did see a vault kill attempt. It was technically an air assassination, as I might like to call it. It's just a reference from Assassin's Creed because it's a Ubisoft games. Anyways, talking about it, round 4, second for CCTV did worked out well. Team Heat, they did performed it excellently well. And then in round 6, this was on round 5, where they were in a post-plan situation, and sadly, the Smoke had to clutch it out on a 1v4 in which he could not do it. And round 6, Basement Church, I did not know what exactly happened on the side of Team Heat, where the bodies kept dropping off, where they decided to push in from the blue entry, not running out, not having good amount of information on what exactly it is. This was the specific round where Team Allegiance decided to do the extended room, and it worked out well in their favor. It could have been worked out if they did use the same extended room on round 1 and round 2, but using it in the almost at the end of the first half didn't give them much of a favor in the second half instead. And yeah, talking about it, this was then round 7, where the site was on Basement Church, where Maestro was forced to hold it out on a 1v3 situation, where the Sledge just immediately pushed in to eliminate the Maestro at that exact moment, followed up with the other 3 rounds, round 8, 9 and 10, where Team Heat did recover it well. So as I leave the mic back to Foxy and talk about the second half, I just wanted to ask on what were your thoughts on the second half, and what kind of mistakes that Team Allegiance did at that specific second half.
I'm gonna be honest, Baba Gusta, since you happened to ask me, it was not the fact that Allegiance were playing bad. It was just coming down to the fact that Team Heat were a little too much prepared, if I may. Team Heat has you talk about the roster on a solo level as well. They do happen to have quite the boasting roster, if I may, and more importantly, it's the fact that they're able to perform over the time of experience a little. They've got an edge over the Team Allegiance. That's what I think I'm going for, because Allegiance, from the looks of it, I'm not getting to see a whole lot of team cohesion. Those team plays that we usually get to see, and well, speaking of which, team plays, I'm a huge fan of Monka S, for that matter. I've seen some amazing stuff come out from them when it does happen to be a collective effort. That's what this game is. That's what the spirit of Rainbow Six Siege is. That I'd love to see a little more teamwork coming in from Allegiance. I feel like there is, at least from my experience, there is some communication lapse between the players, and that is what is been causing issues for them. But Team Heat, they definitely look so much more in control. They look like they want to go to Division 2 faster than we can take them. But that's just not the case. We'll be waiting this season out to see what they happen to bring out. Speaking of this season, we've got another season coming right after this. That's going to be season 3, and the registrations for that are open as well. That's right. You can head on to the link in the description and get yourselves registered, be it solo or be it with a team. That being said, that was the first match on stream, people, and we'll be back with the second match. That is going to be Nat facing off, I just happened to forget here, Wolf from ID Sports. Excuse me. Just take a quick look. Nat versus Wolf from ID Sports, and that's going to be coming to your screens in just a minute, people. Stay tuned.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with ACT Fibernet and AFK Gaming. Had to take a bit of a pause there because I stuttered, but regardless, we are here with the second game of Day 4 of Division 3. Coming in hot to your screens right now, it will be Wolframite Esports taking on Nat, a Div 3 team newly acquainted with the division stages and maybe a little shaky here and there, but they have promise versus a former Div 2 team. Nat did not have a good performance yesterday against Team Heat, while Wolframite, well, they've shown us a good time, but can they keep that energy up to win a game today? We're about to find out, of course, as I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Baba Gusta, and we will be going into the game right here, right now, into the map of New Oregon. We're already in the ban phase, of course, and immediately we can see the Moroccan operators have been banned. Nomad and Kaid will be taken off the board. On the other side, we've got a Thatcher ban. Nothing too special per se. Kaid on Oregon, however, isn't exactly a very common ban. It's a ban that happens every now and again, just in case you want to be able to, say, use Maverick to open the hatches, or any hard breach for that matter, and don't want to worry about getting electrocuted to death. That is why the Kaid ban is useful, especially for the basement site, but just in general, Kaid's Electroclaws being infinitely smaller than a banded battery can be much harder to deal with if you're not looking in the right direction. The last ban on the map has been Maestro. Again, no surprises right there, but what I am surprised to see is that both Mira and Wamai are available to play on Oregon. This is about to be a very interesting game, ladies and gentlemen, as let's have a look at both the rosters that are here in the lobby for us today. From the side of Wolframite Esports, we've got Pruxnav, Hypnotest, Acer, Vergix, and Ace. And from the side of Nat, we've got Drish, Dizzy, Tandon, Roni the Simp, and Daisy taking the 6th pick out of the recently reworked Tachanka into Jaeger. Understandably so, Tachanka, his rework may have dropped, but he himself is in competitive quarantine until the 2021 esports season. A fairly good decision, if I do say so myself, but that's a different talk for a different day. Right now, we're going to be going into round 1 on the second floor kids' dorms in Dorms Main Hall, and I've kept the man from the mic for an extended period of time today. Baba, take it away.
Well, thank you so much for that, Jack. As we proceed to round 1, second floor kids will be the side. Wolframite Esports will be on attack, whereas Nat will be on defense. We do see a Caviera being picked on the side of defense. That would be Danger Zone, aka DZ. She's going to be playing as the Caviera. I believe she has the SPAS 12 shotgun or the M16 submachine gun, but maybe for now she's just going to be holding on towards the classroom. No, actually, she's actually going for a run out with the M16 submachine gun right from the streets spawn. Will she able to get the kill, or will she get taken out is the biggest question. We do see one of the players on the side of Wolframite Esports do see that there is a spawn peak, so they'll just decide to tread carefully. With the Ace starting to push in, thinking of opening up the barricade at that right moment. It's going to be a matter of time where DZ decides to go for a gunfight. No, he does not. He'll just decide to just fall back to the site instead. With that, we are going to be seeing the Zofia as an interesting throw of a smoke grenade right from outside. Not quite sure where. It might be a mistake, but that mistake is going to quite a lot, as the Ace will lose one of his smoke grenade, which can be used for execution phase, in which it will be very difficult for the attackers to push in. But their main objective is to take out the walls of second floor kids, as the Jaeger will get detected right from the trophy room. So he needs to be careful, and looks like Ace will fall down right from the second floor master bedroom, with Daisy pre-firing all the way to glory right from the trophy room. But Vergix will be able to revive his teammate back to 20 HP. One more shot will confirm the kill towards the Ash, in which it will be very difficult for Wolframite Esports to even win a gunfight against them. We are going to be able to see the Ash using her breach charges to open up the some utilities right from the walls of second floor kids, with Roni the Simp, who is playing as the bandit. He places two amount of bandages right from the walls, but unfortunately gets taken out from the classroom. As the first frag comes in, it's going to be Praxnaf from Wolframite Esports, eliminating Drish. An important kill, as the smoke with a total of 3 smoke gas canisters won't be available and won't be able to halt away the push coming in on the side of the attackers, in which Wolframite Esports gains the upper hand. DC thinking of going for a flank, but it is going to get denied from none other than Praxnaf, as he gets the double kill, eliminating DZ. Desi in a big amount of trouble. The push is coming in right from both the armory as well as the second floor master bedroom. He'll be able to take out one, as Stan will be able to eliminate Acer, as Praxnaf will be able to eliminate only the same. Desi with the double kill, eliminating Vertex, as Praxnaf gets a quad kill. One more kill to get the ace. So will it happen, or will Desi be able to eliminate him as fast as possible? Desi sees the head, but Ace will be the one to eliminate Desi. Wolframite Esports winning their first round of attack on second floor kids. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, we will now proceed to round 2, where Basement Church is going to be the site, unless and until if Nat is thinking of being lucky on either picking on first floor meeting room or kitchen, in which it will be very difficult, but for now they're just going to pick second floor kids down for now.
Second floor kids' dorms and dorms main hall will be the site of choice, coming out from Nat's defense. A very shaky, very all over the place first round from them, as they seemed completely unaware of where Wolframite Esports was going to push from and what angles they should or shouldn't take. At least that's what it looked like sitting here at the caster's seat. Desi was the only one trying and successfully getting a couple of kills, mind you, but he was trapped in a corner inside of Trophy and then inside of Master Bedroom. There's only so much you can do from that position, as now the Jaeger position has been given to Drish. Desi himself is going to pick up the Mozzie. We're back to second floor dorms all over again, and once again we're not seeing the use of a Mira or of a Mai. Looks like Nat does not want to take advantage of either of those operators who are currently available for the side of the defense. One thing that could also be the problem for Nat could be their communication. It could be a little all over the place. Their comms might be a little messy. Of course, we will never know unless we find out from the players themselves. Meanwhile, Drish, all right, going for an early spawn peek, but he just does a bit of a pre-fire and then lets go of that position. Nothing too special or too big coming out of that. He thought he was a little late to that spawn peek and decided to try to test his luck, if you will. If he got someone, then great. If he didn't, at least he warned them that it's going to be a fight in this round. Mind you, all of that information, all of that speculation aside, it has only been one round in this game. That means that that Nat could have been doing was just testing the waters. Maybe they just wanted to see how Wolframite Esports plays, how they go about their clearance and their push. And now, maybe, with the change in operators coming in, from the last round to this one, it could be that they have exactly what they need. Their arsenal might be packed to the teeth this time around. We're about to find out whether or not that is, of course. At the 2-minute mark, action phase of round 2, Roni the Simp is going to go back and put down one of his band batteries onto the main closet wall, or the games room wall, if you will. Meanwhile, he hears that X-Chaos pellets go off on towards the tower wall of attic. Not exactly going to be able to do much about that, mind you. Smokes in that region. He's going to be the one to take that gunfight, as so many shots are being exchanged, bullets and whatnot, as Desi out towards Armory Hallway, from the looks of it, is going for a gunfight against Ace, and he will actually find Hypnotiz in the meanwhile. That's a big drop, mind you. The Ace is gone, and that is Desi coming out to play for his team. Acer in the meanwhile takes a lot of damage from the smokes, gas canisters, but Roni the Simp is going to go down to the ash in the meanwhile. Some shots are being fired. Vergix sees one, but isn't able to kill Drish. But Desi has been downed. It looks like he wanted to go for a peek, but he's been downed, and he will swiftly be taken care of by the Ash, who's going to swing in and get the knife kill. Double for Ace, but can he find a third? Does he know that there's somebody right next to him as the Zofia comes in for cover, sees the smoke, but can't take that kill as the shotgun reload comes in, and that is going to be Proxnav's double. If he gets to confirm, no, he will be denied. Vergix takes that, as Dizzy was the one to take down Proxnav. All down to the last two defenders, one of whom is about to go down. Thresh, unfortunately, a little bit too wide on that peak onto Trophy Door, gives his head to Vergix as he will go down. It's all down to Tandon, 1v3. This area is being watched. The plant is going down, and he barely has any control, but he's still going to get one, and the plant is actually not going to be stuck because Hibana tried to push, gets shot up. The Ash has been seen, gets shot up as well, but nothing too big coming out from Tandon right now. Tried to make the rotate from the White Stairs entry, but will get taken out for his trouble. That is unfortunate for the man. The 1v3 couldn't quite come out in that situation, as we'll see in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. Once again cornered, but this round was much closer for Nat than it was in the previous one, and that's something they'll have to look at and try to proceed from there. Just like yesterday, Nat is in a bad starting position. They have not gotten off the starting line properly, on the wrong foot, as they say, as they will be going into basement laundry and supply room into round 3, 0-2 down. Wolframite looking pretty good right now.
Well, DZ almost had the opportunity to eliminate 3 of the players who were trying to push in right from the armory stairs, as well as on the second floor master bedroom. Unfortunately, downing 2 of the players would force Vergix to win in that gunfight, and also quite an interesting way to use that rotation in his use the rotation to his advantage, eliminating the smoke. Actually, I believe that was the smoke. Was trying to hold an angle right from the armory, thinking that he would push in right from the entrance, but unfortunately, he right from at the rotation, in which he did be. In which he did be able to revive one of his teammates, but he could not revive the Zofia who was on the armory stairs. Most of the time, Nat, especially on the side of defense, that would be Daisy and Drish, who decides to go very aggressive. And there was one particular peak where he was holding an angle right from the second floor trophy room. Unfortunately, with him not having to know how much HP he had and decided to go for that peak, cost him his life. And with that, as we proceed to round 3, basement laundry will be the site, as Vergix will be the one with the Jackal, the PDW-9 in hand, has a total of 51 bullets. So he has technically a drum magazine to provide the best the best amount of magazine capacity, is also the good amount of fire rate in which the Jackal has. Although he do need to be careful of the amount of damage that it gives per bullet, so he just needs to make sure that he'll be able to land his shot to the head as fast as possible. Praxnav, already in the big towers, will be able to take out the barbed wire with a total of 2 melee strikes, as the Rish in the freezer door, holding an angle right from the kitchen hallway. He knows that there is one player right from the construction as he sees the drone, and he'll just decide to go very aggressive, as he's going to reposition himself right from the hallway of the construction, in which there is the Hibana, the Heart Breacher. If she does not get out of the drone as best as possible, it's just going to be a matter of moment where the Jaeger tries to eliminate him, but looks like he's just going to hold on from the showers instead. Hibana, I think he knows where exactly Drish's location is, or does he not? He's just proceeding forward, as Drish will be able to see him and eliminates her. Acer goes down, making it a 4v4 situation, as Tandon 69 goes down as well when one of the players eliminated him. With that, Praxnav will be able to push in towards the boiler room. He knows that there is Roni playing also very close on the boiler, but unfortunately he's going to go down as well, thanks to Ace, who was actually, it wasn't the bandit, it was some other player, but looks like these will be able to eliminate Praxnav with an amazing push right from the big tower stairs. Uses the smoke gas canisters to deny the push coming in from the Jackal, as Vergix will be able to pinpoint the Jaeger's exact location, but Dresh is going to eliminate both of them. Hypnotize, and Vergix goes down, and with that, Ace will be the last man standing. The diffuse is being dropped, but Ace will be able to find DZ. The shotgun right from the basement goes down, but he doesn't have the diffuser in hand. He thinks of going for a full aerial sweep. He'll be able to find yet another one. Ace with the triple kill, eliminating DZ, which leads to a 1v1 direct confrontation gunfight, which would be Drish going up against Ace. Drish has decided to go for a quick rotate right from the attic, as Ace decides to pick up the diffuser, but sad to say that Ace has the advantage. Just one little push will be able to eliminate him, and there you have it. Dresh with the final kill will be able to eliminate Nat. will be able to eliminate the Ash, as they will win round 3 basement laundry. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, round 4 will commence with Wolframite Esports winning 2 attack rounds, and Nat will be able to shut down their win streak in 2 rounds, giving them their win on round 3 basement laundry. And with that, they'll be able to defense. They are going to go for defense in round 4, where second floor kids dorms will be the side.
Going back to second floor dorms with a win under their belt might be exactly what Nat needs right now after that amazing play by Drish. Absolutely amazing. Really, on the second floor, on 1 HP after that double kill. It was all down to him against Ace, the Ash, the last man standing, who unfortunately did not have the intel that the meeting hatch was wide open and the Jaeger would be holding through that area. A little bit of a lack of intel from Wolframite, but of course they couldn't have predicted that not only would the diffuser drop happen in backstage of meeting room, it would also be in direct and perfect line of sight of that open hatch, and it would just so happen that Drish, who was playing the Jaeger, would not only drop the diffuser there, get a double kill, but also be the last man standing on a far roam from sight. These are just certain things you can't really control, but one thing you can control is who is the one with the diffuser making which push, because at the end of the day, you have to ask, why was the man with the diffuser pushing up on second floor or even first floor and completely exposed? Not really sure, as looks like Nat is requesting a rehost at the end of this round due to some frame rate issues that they seem to be facing. Nothing a quick restart can't fix, ladies and gentlemen, but of course they can't do that right now. They have to wait for the round to be over. Drish, he's been spotted this time around playing the Mozzie Peach and Roni in hand. Not a 1.5 surprisingly enough, but the Razor Hollow is a good replacement as and when required, and we've seen Drish do wonders with this gun before, but right now he's been droned again, but will still get the head. Beautiful headshot onto Ace, taking him down and starting things off in a good note. Ace is one of Wolframite's frontier players, if you will. One of the ones who goes in first. You can see 7 kills to the man, 7-2 already in 3 rounds. He's done a lot, but he won't be influencing this round any further. Under the 2-minute mark for Wolframite's attack right now, as Nat has definitely started things off on the right foot this round, and just like I said, and just like Baba said, going to second floor after winning on basement might be exactly what they needed. Right now, the Jackal is going to be the next contender that Drish might have to face soon. Vergix, however, he's looking for footprints, but he's looking for them not exactly in the best possible direction. He has to rotate a long way through dining into the hallway and then find Drish's footprints. There we go. The scan goes out. The Mozzie has been spotted down below. He's going to start running around because the attackers now know generally where he is. Meanwhile, X-Kairos pellets are going off towards the side of Attic, as that is going to be a hard breach that's been taken care of, and Pruxnap is going to start things out by finding Drish for the side of Wolframite. Good kill right there. The reflect comes in, but was it too little too late? Daisy watching through a punch hole. Is he going to find the head? No, he won't. Pre-fired it. Well, actually shot at the head of the Zofia, but couldn't get the kill. Unfortunately, he missed, as more shots are going to be fired, but Vergix goes down. That's Tandon with the kill, and the Doc will go down in the meanwhile as Hypnotez and Pruxnav come in with a couple. Roni the Sim goes down, and so does Dizzy, as now it's a triple kill for Pruxnav, but more importantly, Tandon once again in a 1v3. He's downed 1, but can he get 2 more? There's somebody in Attic. He doesn't know, and Pruxnav will gladly take his quad and finish things off on the 4th round for Wolframite Esports. It was a good start for Nat. They took down a very important player for the side of Wolframite. However, it was not to be, as Wolframite recovered very well. We'll see that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay as Nat's unfortunate turn of events continues, and they have requested their rehost, ladies and gentlemen. So we will be going into that in a quick second right now. and coming back with the game as soon as possible. Of course, as these 4 rounds have been nothing short of surprising, shall we say, as in the pre-game lobby before the stream started, all of us here, admins and casters, were discussing this upcoming match. We thought Nat would have a good time, at least put up a better fight than they are right now. But just like yesterday against Team Heat, it seems as if Wolframite has improved substantially. Nat is on a bit of a decline.
Well, I totally do agree on that, Jack. I actually did kind of forget to unmute my mic, but yeah, I actually did well. As we are talking about this, as we are talking about this discussion earlier, Jack, I do have to agree on it. Nat didn't have the best of their days when they went up against Team Heat, and I believe it was on the same map, Oregon, in which they lost 7-1, unfortunately. And even on this round as well, we did see some great plays and also some great. Shots being made, especially Drish with the Pete and Roni. Taking out the drone and Ash both at the same time is not a difficult task, and he actually decided to keep the momentum going by repositioning himself when he was at the hallway of the kitchen to back to the basement stairs, in which he did try to make flanks. He did try to give some pressures to the attackers, but unfortunately when Praxnaf opened up the wall with the help of the Hibana 6 Kairos pillars, giving them the entrance towards the attic, gets a total of 4 kills. Now this isn't the only round where Praxnaf did all the heavy lifting. He's been doing it for the past 3 rounds when they were defending on second floor kids. On round 1 and round 2, Praxnaf, it was Praxnaf all the way. Most of the time Sophia, each and every time I see a kill count on the early kill, it would either be Praxnaf eliminating 1 or 2 important operators on the side of Team Nat. Talking about it, sometimes we do see DZ with the shotgun kills when they were defending on second floor kids. Yet again on round 2, an impressive use of the shotgun, downing both the Zofia and the Ash. But if DZ actually gets the third kill, eliminating the Jackal at the same time, would have been Nat's round all the way. But unfortunately, due to lack of intel and also to a total of 2 angles that the operator needs to worry about, couldn't win that gunfight. Although he did get one confirmation eliminating the Zofia, couldn't get the second confirmation towards the Ash, in which the Jaeger was there to the rescue and gave them the win on round 2. Wolframite Esports have been very strong, and hopefully they will keep their momentum in the next rounds as well. For them, winning total of 3 attack rounds, and just like me and Foxy were casting in the previous match, we did see the on the side of attack side where they won a total of 4 rounds on map Clubhouse, and then in the second half things doesn't go out of control, and then they start to adapt it back in the second half itself. So maybe looking at the changes that we did get to talk about, I do want to ask a question for you, Jack. Talking about Wolframite Esports, do you think they'll be able to eliminate Nat, or will Nat be able to make a comeback against them?
Well, here's the thing about Oregon, right? It is a fairly defender-sided map. That is something that is absolutely indisputable, statistically speaking. And I'm not surprised when it comes to Wolframite Esports. They have improved quite a bit. Some matches haven't exactly gone their way before today, but today they are bringing out their A game, shall we say. Nat, in the meanwhile, their decline continues, and already being 3-1 down in the first half of this match, with Wolframite having won 3 attack rounds. That already gives them a chance to go equalize 3-3 going into roll swap round 7. They're basically going into defense in a 0-0 situation, but they have the advantage of not only it being defender-sided, but they don't have to play as many rounds to win the match as they would have otherwise had they started defense first. That is a huge advantage already, and not to mention we still have 2 rounds to go on the first half before we hit round 7. Only 4 rounds have been taken care of, and Nat has only taken 1 defensive round on basement, and that too because of the fact that Drish on second floor made basically a miracle play for them. He's been trying quite hard, and one of those plays finally worked out. However, there's only so much one man alone can do, and of course Rainbow Six is a team game, ladies and gentlemen, and you want to make sure that your team is at max capacity when playing against opponents who have clearly not only improved but adapted to your own strats. That's why watching these stream matches are very important in post, of course. Once you're done with your games, even if you've lost, you go back, you check for mistakes, and you have your captains, your IGLs, analysts, whatever staff you have, and whatever players you have, sit through and practice to get even better. That goes absolutely without saying, but sometimes, watching these matches, you get the impression that it might not be the case. Regardless, right now, just like yesterday, just like we said time and time again, we're looking at Nat with hopeful eyes, and maybe, just maybe, they might be able to bring something special. Maybe this is that little break they need. This rehost that they had to take might give them enough time to talk to each other about exactly what's going wrong, and maybe that might help them bring things around as we will move back into Oregon after, of course, Nat's remaining players come back into the lobby. Wolframite, in the meanwhile, they're already in, they're ready and rearing to go, and that kind of energy basically conforms and it confirms the notion that they are not about to back down. They know what they need to do, and Nat, in the meanwhile, maybe not so much. They've basically had their time to test the waters to see how Wolframite plays, but unfortunately, they don't seem to be, or at least haven't seemed to be adapting so far. There are still 2 rounds to go before we go into Nat's attack, and that is another thing that you have to think about. Nat will be going on to the attack on Oregon on the other side of round 7 roll swap. That is a big thing for them, because they will have that little bit of a disadvantage that playing attack on a defender-sided map comes with, and they have to keep that in mind. These next 2 rounds have to go to them, otherwise they'll have a big disadvantage, a big round deficit, and Wolframite might just be able to not only use the momentum, but use Oregon as a map against Nat and take the game away from them. That is pretty much what this match looks like right now. I mean, there's only so much we can say when it comes to analysis of a particular game. Only 4 rounds in, ladies and gentlemen. But regardless, it is going to be a pretty interesting match to see, just like yesterday's match was with Nat versus Heat. It's a match we keep going back to because it is a match that showed us what has really happened to Nat as of late, and why they weren't quite able to qualify into Div 2, and why they're here in Div 3. They are a former Div 2 team, ladies and gentlemen. This team has shown us time and time again that they will rise no matter how big the fall. Unfortunately, Season 2's fall seems to be one of the larger ones they've had yet, and if they get eliminated at the end of the season, well, that will be a sad moment. But it is, of course, competitive Rainbow Six. Teams rise and fall all the time, more rarely so in the 2nd division. The Bloodbath division, where teams come and go constantly, where teams from Division 1, Division 2, and 3, all of them get to meet, test their skills against each other, and find out if they're ready for that next big step. Nat were not, and right now they still aren't, unfortunately, as we are just waiting on the last player, Desi, to come back in from Nat quickly now, as we will hopefully get back into Oregon nice and as soon as possible. But of course, this isn't the only game that we have on hand, ladies and gentlemen. We've also got Nevermind Esports versus Naughty Indians right after this one. I know that's a game that a lot of viewers are waiting and watching for, and I personally am very excited to cast that one. And another reminder that Season 3 registrations are in fact open right now. Link is down in the description below. So head on over to the Esports Club to register your team if you want to have a chance to play in the qualifiers of the next season. And if you're a solo player looking for a team, well, worry not, because we also have solo registrations where you will be playing with a team of your own. And who knows, maybe we might just have another Nevermind Esports coming up in Season 3. That is right, Nevermind Esports originally was a team comprised of solo registrations who have qualified for Division 3. And not only that, they looked very strong in the first season to get into Division 2. That is right, that is the power of bringing players together, and that is what we hope to achieve in Season 3. If you want to have a chance to play in the qualifiers, even get your match casted, and even get into Division 3, ladies and gentlemen, you know where to go. Down in the description, the link remains. Head on over to the Esports Club to get yourself and your team registered, and we'll see you in Season 3. Of course, Season 3 is a long way away, and we're still waiting on Nat as we all know, sometimes these restarts take a while connecting and then validating and all the usual due process. But looks like we'll have to go into a little bit of a break, ladies and gentlemen, and we will be back. Oh, wait, never mind. We will not be. We're just making that announcement to see if Nat was about to get back in last second, and they have, as we are just now waiting for the ready confirmation on this game. Daisy has confirmed that they are ready. Nat is ready. Wolframite, we're waiting on them now. Any second now. No, not yet. All right, there we go. Praxnaf is going to confirm that they are as well. And that is going to mean that the game comes back in, ladies and gentlemen. We will be going back live onto your screens on Oregon right here, right now, as round 5 is going to be underway for all of our viewers at home. In this 3-1 situation for Wolframite Esports, they've taken the lead on the side of the attack, as Nat are in a bit of a tricky situation.
Well, looks like for the past 4 rounds, Nat is definitely Nat having a good day, but hopefully they are not going to give up that easily as we proceed to round 5. Second floor. Second floor, kids, is going to be the
I
site.
see what you did there, Baba.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Mhm.
I thought it was a really good pun, but it ended up being repetitive. Well, yep. Let's just get back into the game there, ladies and gentlemen. Round 5, second floor kids dorms, the same site where Wolframite Esports have won 3 rounds in a row, and Nat have decided to hold that specific site yet again. A very difficult decision for Team Nat to do, although basement laundry was available. Actually, it was not, because on round 3 basement laundry did win on the side of Team Nat, and since it's been locked for a total of 2 rounds, they are either forced to pick second floor kids, or they were forced to pick first floor dining kitchen or first floor meeting and dining, in which Nat decided to just go for second floor kids instead. But they do have a little bit of changes on the side of operators. You have Drish with the cap can. Those EDDs might be able to help them, give them a few edge when it comes to winning in some particular gunfights if the attackers doesn't see it. And also Daisy with the Goyo with his Vulcan sheets, that would which it would work both as holding an angles and also denying any push coming in from the attackers. It's technically a mixed version of smoke with the deployable shield, but instead of an operator holding an angle, it would just explode on impact. With that, we do see Acer with the Hibana. He's just going to get the control right from the big tower stage, although a drone would be recommended to make sure that there won't be any surprise attacks. And looks like one of those surprise attacks would coming, and that's going to be Drish, eliminating Vergix. An important kill as the Jackal goes down. A total of 3 scanners of his Inox won't be available to track the footprints of the opponents. With that, Drish is free to go for a roam, and looks like he will be able to find one near the garage, and that's going to be the Ash, who is holding that specific angle there. With Praxnaf, with that drone coming back, will be able to give good amount of information saying that the kitchen is clear, kind of a little bit clear, because there is Drish holding out that exact location, which was in the first floor dining, and looks like DZ will be able to find yet another one. Ace goes down, which was currently pushing in right towards the garage, but unfortunately not having good amount of information right from the meeting room did cost him his life, I believe. And with the anyways, as we proceed to the minute and a half, we do see Hypnotis playing as the Ace. Will be able to hopefully open up the Selma breaches, the breach walls right from the second floor kids, as Ace will now proceed to open up the walls on the side of attic, successfully eliminating one of the bandit charges. Will be able to give them the access towards the attic. Takes out the Legion boom mine, in which the Legion will be able to confirm his suspicions. There is a Hibana who is currently holding that specific angle. Flashbangs do come in. Praksaf still needs to be careful, but he will not blinding himself, but he will be back in his senses. He doesn't have any information. The pre-fire comes in from the Legion, but he's going to lose that gunfight. Praksnaf with 1 kill, and a refrag comes in right back from Desi with the Vector eliminating Praksnaf. With that, Nat will be able to get that good amount of opportunity, knowing that Hypnotis and Ace, the two hard breaches left on the side of Team Wolframite, need to clutch it out on a 2v4, make that 1v4 as Thresh gets yet another kill, eliminating Hypnotis, which leads to Acer all by himself in the attic. He needs to find 4 players, and with the amount of explosion and carnage in which the defenders is causing on, will be able to find one. That's Roni that's been eliminated, but in a mere 10 seconds, the Hibana starts to panic, knowing that there might be a flank coming in, doesn't see the front as DC decides to push very aggressively and eliminates Acer. Round 5 goes to the round 5 second floor kids goes to the favor of Team Nat. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, we are now proceeding to the last first half of round 6, where Nat will be on defense, and we might be able to see them equalizing the score 3-3. Will it happen, or will Wolframite Esports gets the upper hand? Let's find out. Well,
Well, looks like we've had a rather sad disconnection coming in from Blackjack. So I'm just gonna fill that spot for my man. Hopefully he'll be up and running soon, as Babagusta is already running checks in the background as to where his co-caster has run away to. Meanwhile, I'm here, guys, to keep you guys entertained. I'll be running you guys through the entirety of round 6. I believe that is what it is. It's half time, and we're here with some really amazing stuff that both these teams have brought out. It's definitely turned out to be a very interesting match and very head-to-toe. I would say a very head-to-toe, thorough attacking round coming in from the side of Wolframite. Is that what I'm looking for? I'm not sure. As I quickly happen to get my composure back, because I was a little confused. So many people speaking to me right now. But yeah, that out of the way. Looks like Blackjack has in fact reconnected back. I'll give the mic back to my man Blackjack. How do you think the round before halftime is going to go down? Round 6 is underway. All eyes on both these teams. What are your predictions going into this round?
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to thank you for covering for me right there, Foxy, as I seem to have had a bit of a big disconnect that I didn't mean to. But Power Surge, what can I say? It happens, as it were. Technical difficulties, as we like to say over here at TEC. But right now, Thrish is going to make sure Acer has some difficulties in getting into sight, as the Hibana will go down early. And Capcan is out to play. Vergix takes damage. Hypnotize takes damage. What is happening? Everybody's falling to Capcan traps today. And to Capcan himself, this is going to say, all right, that's enough of Capcan. Time for me to shine. As Ace goes down, the Ash will be taken care of, and that is a big drop and a half for the side of Wolframite. Turns out, coming out on the other side of the rehost, it's been Wolframite's game, but unfortunately not for Drish, as, oh, Dizzy will go down as well. Hypnotize and Vergix coming out strong right now, as those are some pretty important kills. The Capcan and the Jaeger, two nuisances for their team, have been taken care of, and since this is round 6, Wolframite will be looking to make sure that they go 4-2 at the very least into role swap. Nat's ideal position, of course, would be 3-2, but 3-3, excuse me. But will that go down? We've got less than a minute 30 remaining on the clock, as we've got Capitel's fireballs going off, as will Ace's Selma breaches, to try and find where exactly these defenders are, maybe even taking on and taking out some important operators. Praxnav slowly approaching down the main stairs, but little does he know, Roni the Simp is actually watching that exact approach from him, waiting in the wings for the Zofia to peek, and I think he's heard the shuffles, and the pre-fires are going to come out, but...
Bomb located by attackers.
well, looks like Jack is unfortunately disconnected, so I'll just take back over the mic here. Pakistan decides to go for an entire push right from the LMG. Not finding the EDDs will be able to cost his life as Ronnie switches out to his pistol to eliminate Vergix, leading to Hypnotis in a 1v3. Very difficult solution, but still it can be salvageable if he gets the good amount of intel. Legion Guman gets stuck. He is forced to remove it as he proceeds to push in. He knows one's in freezer. He knows one's in sight. With a total of 15 seconds, he needs to make a play. C4 comes in, claims almost the life of Hypnotis as he is in a total of 5 HP remaining. Push comes in from the Goyo with the Vector, and he's going to eliminating without having any problem. Team Nat winning round 6 on basement laundry defense will be able to make the score equalize as we proceed to the second half, round 7, where Team Nat will be on attack and Wolframite Esports will be the one on defense. In the second half, anything can happen. Any problems, any mistake in which Wolframite Esports is going to make on defense will give a huge morale boost for Team Nat if they make an opportunity. As we do see the site on second floor, kids will be the site on the side of Wolframite Esports, and the round will be underway. We do see a 6-pick coming in from Vergix as he switches from the LR to the Jaeger, and Daisy switches from the IQ to the Twitch. I do kind of understand why IQ is particularly been picked to counter Valkyrie's cams to deny information that would given on the side of the defenders. So using the Twitch shock drone will be able to pass through any site if you try to move on undetected, and making sure that the defenders won't be able to eliminate the shock drone as best as possible. She might have the opportunity to take out either the bandits charges 2, which is currently been situated from the attic, in which it shouldn't have any problem. There is a drone hole from the attic, I believe, in which it would give them the opportunity to take out those 2 bandit charges, followed up with yet another 2 bandit charges in the second floor kids, in which a drone hole is more than enough, and a total of 2 tasers will prove to be efficient to take out, which leads to the hard breaches to open up without having to deal with those problems. With that, we are going to proceed to the action phase as Drish will start pushing in from the construction room, as Roni will spawn on the side of streets, will be able to use the drone to find exactly. I mean, it's just a normal routine. The drone works, the finds, and looks like one find will come in, and it is going to be Drish eliminating Acer, the Womai. Unfortunately enough, will go down. I'm not quite sure where it was. Maybe on the big tower. No, actually, it is not from the big tower. But hopefully, with that first kill in which Drish eliminated on the side of Wolfmite Esports, they are in a bit of a trouble, because a total of 4 magnet nades won't be available on the side of Wolfmite Esports, which would give them protection towards those Vulcan shields. One of the Vulcan shields will get taken out as Praxnas tries to eliminate the Zofia, but he's going to lose that gunfight. What just happened there? DZ eliminating one by the skin of his teeth, and the nade eliminating one more. DZ has never been so lucky to eliminate the Vector, in which he had the upper hand. It just didn't work out well in his favor. With Hypnotis trying to take out the drones as best as possible, trying to take out the Twitch shock drones as best as possible to make sure that they won't be able to get any more information, as Vergix will be able to find one. Can he get the second? Yes, he does. Vergix with the double kill, eliminating DZ and Drish, as Ronnie will be able to make yet another entrance. Double kill in his name, eliminating Hypnotis as Tandon goes down. He's right outside the second floor, kids, gets tagged with the shock drone with a total of 1 HP, but he will still be alive. He's just going to rotate. He's just going to go for a huge flank, where he drops down from the hatch from the meeting room and decides to push in from the armory stairs. The smoke grenade will come in to make sure that the plant will happen, as Tandon 69 proceeds to go to the plant, as Vergix decides to push in right on the side of classroom, will be able to give away his position. The plant comes in, 3 seconds timer, 2-1 post-plant situation is not going to work out. Vergix almost gets that opportunity as he eliminates Tandon 69, making it a triple kill. It's just going to be a matter of moment where Wolframite Esports just needs to take that time. They just need to waste a lot of time, and Vergix is actually going to get away with this. The rotation comes in from the sledge as he decides to plant it right from the second floor, kids. Vergex, he has the opportunity. He knows the information. All he needs to get those 2 kills, and Wolframite Esports will be on the lead. Post plant situation comes in as Wolframite Esports has a total of 40 seconds. A lot of silence, a lot of waiting, a lot of patience, and also a huge pressure being dealt on the side of Team Wolf from at Esports. Vergex in a 1v2 situation. One shot gets ahead, but Daisy with the F2 eliminates Vergex with a good performance coming in on the side of Wolf from at Esports, but cannot get that final kill. As they will win round 7 on second floor, kids. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, we will now proceed to round 8, where Basement Laundry Room will be the side.
Well, I believe that's exactly where the site is going to be. Laundry room and supply room. Once again, they want to go back to basement. You can only understand why. Just the way it happens to work, at least on a general scale. It's a very good site that you want to use to your advantage. I've got to talk about this. Wolframite Esports are looking a little scattered, I may say, as to how they happen to look out strong on attack. But then we've talked about Nat on attack quite a bit. They do happen to be very formidable. And that's exactly what we get to see from Wolframite Esports coming up. That put aside, let's see what more we have coming in from the side of the attackers as well. I'll be definitely looking forward from that. Drish has been amazing this match, at least from how he's been able to contribute to his team. And after the Rios, we've had a shining moment for Dizzy to come in as well, drop in his own fury of kills, and that's what we love to see. Taking a quick look at that in the scoreboard. As we've got 4 frags, very evenly distributed. At least that's what seems to be the highest kill count now after the Rios lobby. But hey, really blame them. You've got Drish, Ronnie the Sim, Dizzy, and Vergex from Wolframite Esports coming up with so many of those kills that they've been doing. Ace has not found a good time to shine yet. He's playing the Wamai this time around. And that's what we love to see. We're seeing a Wamai being employed once again. And going ahead, let's see what we happen to find for ourselves. Just dropping all of those excuse me, I was about to say proximity alarms. It's going to be your mice magnets, the frisbees as I like to call them. Goyo, we've got him playing the Vector though, and a very bizarre turn of events happened in the last round with the Goyo. That close range with the Vector, he happened to miss out somehow. I'm not sure how Dizzy survived that. I don't know which one was it. Did he miss or did Dizzy survive that? You know, just because he was rotating so much and just spinning around amongst himself. Maybe that's why he survived that. But it's going to be Acer is going to get taken down from Dizzy as I speak about the man. Grish has already made a sneaky way onto side awfully close. He might be able to walk away with the frag. Yes, he will. Look at that headshot. Connected onto Ace. He's trying to find one more, but the defenders are not aware that the Ash has already pushed into the closet rotation as she's going in onto side. Does she know there's a smoke right here? That's easy frag for the man. Drish is going to walk away with the double kill. And now the side is given away, but here's Goyo finally standing up to his team, and he's going to get a frag. But now he's left in the ace class situation. He's going to make at least amends to what he was not able to do before. 2 kills in, 3 more to find. He won't find anybody because he'll be found himself. Dizzy is going to get taken down, and it'll be Nat who'll make sure they get themselves this amazing round on board. Quite the stuff we've been getting to see from them. We'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. One thing I've got to point out, the fact that we are sitting on a 3-5 and Nat only 1 round away from match point right now, as we're headed to round 9, definitely happens to speak volumes as to what these teams happen to offer just on a general scale. But it's been Nat who've been above Wolframite Esports, at least coming back from the history they share. Former Div 2 team struggling, not exactly struggling, I'd say giving a fight and putting up a fight against the existing Div 3 teams. That's definitely something that Nat was prepared for, and that's what we're getting to see from them as well. Speaking of which, we will be underway, in fact, with round 9. And Baba Gusta, what are your thoughts as we head into this match?
Well, my thoughts exactly, Foxy, is that Wolframite Esports is having a lot of problems in the second half, and not being able to win on second floor kids and basement laundry, especially with that unexpected push that Drish made in, getting a total of 3 kills, 1 eliminating on basement laundry. Actually, it was 2 kills, taking out the smoke and 1 from the basement at the specific room. going in towards this site unnoticed, no information right from the site, gave Wolframite Esports a lot of problems dealing with. And Nat taking care, making sure that they'll be able to they'll be able to, use that weakness as best as possible. They will continue to do so, but will they be stopped? It's just going to be a matter of moment when that action phase comes into play, and the attackers decides to drone in, try to at least eliminate the rumors as fast as possible in the early rounds, so that in the end rounds they'll be able to execute it flawlessly without having any problems dealing with the defenders holding from that side. Tandon will be able to go for the drones, will be able to ping that default cam in the big tower, also will be able to ping another of the Melusi's Banshee's deterrent thanks to the ping 2.0 system, and gets taken out from the Jaeger's R4 the primary weapon. They still have a good amount of drones as as Drish decides to use a total of 3 flashbangs to make sure that the deployable shield is not well protected. And with the Ash's breaching charge, surprisingly enough, doesn't take out the deployable shield. A lot of utilities being thrown out, and quite surprisingly enough, the freezer hold still is in the favor of Wolframite. Drish going for a very aggressive peek here right from the basement laundry. The C4 comes in and he's going to get it. Boom goes the dynamite, and with it goes Drish. Acer, with a beautiful use of the utility, will be able to eliminate Drish's heavy attack, and so does 2 players. Vergex with the double kill, eliminating DC and Roni, giving them the clears towards the double from the big window. From the big tower stairs, as DC eliminates one more. Praxanov goes down. Thandon takes a lot of damage with the smoke gas canisters, as Hypnotes is trying to make sure that they'll be able to keep the attackers at bay. They won't be able to push in unless and until the smoke gas canisters dissipate, as he decides to reinforce, making sure that they won't have a total of 2 angles holding in from that specific position. With the Nat having a total of 1 minute 12 seconds left, they will be able to take out the Jaeger, as Daisy eliminates one player, but he's going to get taken out, and that would be Tandon getting taken out right from the boiler room, which leads to the Daisy clutching it out on a 1v3 situation. Sees that the wall has been reinforced, they have a high control, and it's just going to be a matter of moment where they decide to go for a peek. Ace will be able to detect where exactly the twisted push is coming in, but in the end, Ace will be able to eliminate Tandon 16. Actually, it was Hypnotis eliminating Nat with a beautiful shot with the SMG-11 right from the site, as they will win round 9 on Basement Laundry. Quite an impressive match, quite an impressive round win that I did get to see. Wolframite Esports making sure that they'll be able to go for the adaptations as best as possible. And as we proceed to round 10, second floor kids dorms will be the site, and let's see which team will get the favor. Is it going to be Nat going for match point, or will Wolframite Esports equalizing the round against them?
Well, that's exactly what I think we'll be getting to see from the side of Wolframite. They definitely need to put up a fight rather, and that's exactly what we're getting to see him do. Might as well get to see one more round being put on board, because that's going to get things for us into a possible outcome of an overtime. And you know how much we love an overtime. Just happens to add so much fun to it. That being said, we'll be underway with the match here. Ace already coming up with the Bandit. Vergex is going to be on the Jaeger. Ace has brought out the Mumai, while Hypnotis will be on the smoke along with the Praxanov on the Goyo. We'll be going ahead onto round 10 here, and just the way it happens to be, I've talked about this quite a bit. The emphasis from the side of Wolframite Esports has been there as to what they want to be achieving, but it just does not happen to work out between them as far as team communication is considered. Because I go back to when we'll be reliving the moments, I'll surely make a point of what I want to convey. The fact that Wolframite Esports, we've seen them put up some amazing rounds. Honestly, they're amazing as a team, but they definitely lack a lot of communication, because we've seen so many picks happen just because there wasn't enough communication on the side of Wolframite Esports. And we can make that out, because a Jaeger is able to pick out 3 kills from a single position, and the last attacker still is unknown to what's going on. Definitely makes me believe that Wolframite had something going on with the comms. Meanwhile, it's going to be Drish starting things off. It's going to be the first frag for the man, as he takes down Vergex. a very important player as to what he happened to offer. The double kill that came in from him the last time around as well. It was definitely very, it's very flashy to look at. It was a huge moment of confusion from the side of the attackers. The Sledge was prepping a nade. The Zofia is giving him cover as patience seems to not be paying off, or maybe paying off. Paying off for sure. That's going to be a free kill for Ace to walk away with. Dizzy is going to take the fall. They should have drawn that out, I'm sure he did, but Ace was very, very quick with his movement. He made sure that he does not get spotted on that drone. Meanwhile, Hypnotist with a nice shield placement coming in from the side of the kids' dorms onto Closet. He's got a lot of stuff to fall back onto along with the reinforcement. He might be able to do this anytime. Meanwhile, Proxnaf is going to get another frag. That definitely puts them up in a very good momentum. Nat is feeling the heat right now. We get to see a 3 versus 4 turned into a 4 versus 0 for that matter. 4 versus 2 make that, as they do happen to be converting this a little slowly into what I happen to talk about. But Drish is already on the side. He's trying to keep things alive for his team. Drish and Tandon for that matter. The attic push from the goalie is going to get spotted. Proxnaf, that is. Going to be holding this. Acer is all the way on the main side, near the main window. Here goes the C4. Well, here goes nothing for that matter, because that C4 did not happen to do anything. No damage done whatsoever. It's going to come down to this flank coming in from the Ace, who happened to deploy the C4 before as well. Just a waiting moment. Plan goes down, and Ace is going to push up along with Proxnaf and Acer. He comes in. He's going to get the Jackal. That was the diffuser down, in fact. And it's all on a Drish in a very, very, very difficult position. Does find one frag. Does he find the Wamai? Oh, he swings right in, finds the Wamai as well. Does he find the fourth? His position's being given away. He's got to make the push right now. Drish in a 1 versus 5 quad kill. Ace clutch for the man. Will he find the final frag? Ace on full HP, but this is the Ace for Drish that he wants to find, and he won't be finding that. Ace will shut him down from the Ace and say goodnight, because Drish, you're not walking away with the Ace, not when Wolfram Esports has this bandit on for their guard keeping. Good stuff coming in from the side of Wolfram Esports, as they'll be taking us to an equalizer, people. 5-5 is going to be the scoreline as we are headed to round 11. We'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. I think it's a little late for that, but hey, it's definitely replay worthy, and definitely will be taking a look at that as well. What a scramble towards the end of the round there. Definitely turned out to be the defense who was the victor. Good pre-fire. The MP7 versus the pistol. It would have been the MP7 to win, maybe, if we did see the IQ have a little bit more time to just go for the reload on our LMG and, you know, just re-engage with... no, that was not the LMG, that was the AUG, in fact, to re-engage with the Bandit. That being said, we will be underway, people, with both these teams equally far from match point, that is. We'll be headed to Kitchen and Dining as the site from Wolfram Esports.
Well, an ace for an ace makes the whole world blind, and looks like Dresh
I
almost
almost
about to
thought you
get
were
the
about
ace.
to say an ace for an ace makes everybody clutch or something like that. But I'm still
Yeah.
glad you still went with the I terminology. But
Yep.
yeah, so, that out of the way. Yes, please, take us into this round, Baba.
I mean, yeah, most of the time I do try to experiment a bit. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does not. Sometimes it ends up, you know, being not that good. But you know, I'm just trying. But you know, well, let's just head on back to the game as we proceed to the action phase. 5-5, Wolframite Esports. They've really done a number on the side of Nat, not even giving them the opportunity to win at least 1 or 2 sides. They've started to pick back up the momentum. With the attackers decides to push in right from the big tower, as the Ash is already in the big tower trying to take out the default cams, maybe some utilities in which they've dropped, maybe a Valkyrie cam. Speaking of Valkyrie, she is not banned in map Oregon, and surprisingly enough, Wolframite Esports have decided not to pick her. But with the push which will come in, one of them is repelling, and that would be the Sophia right from the second floor kids dome. And Praxnaf is holding the angle right from the hallways from the big tower. Flashbangs will come in, maybe to take to exhaust the ADSs, unless and until if there is an ADS right from the second floor kids dome, as the hatch has been opened on the side of as the hatch is open on the side of kitchen. A late throw from the Vomai, as he's going to get taken out from none other than Drish with the AUG A2. Does he know that there is the bandit prone? No, he does not. He might be able to see it. Yes, he does. He actually knows that there is the ace, and he's going to be taken out. A huge kill coming in as Rosny uses the sledgehammer to give him the line of sight to eliminate the bandit. The ace will be able to use his Selma bridges to open up the castle's armor panel as Ronnie decides to use his sledgehammer to open up lines of sight. Tandon going for a plant right on the side of kitchen. Hypnosis smoke gas canisters is not working well in his favor, and looks like Nat has successfully defended, which would make it in a post-plant situation. The oh my goodness, I just did not expect it to see that. The ace waiting for the castle armor panels to come down as he eliminates 2 more, but the Jaeger will be able to go for a refrag. But sad to say that the time has run out, and the sledge will be able to eliminate Vergix. Nat winning a round 11 on first floor kitchen will be able to give them match point. As we look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, Ace was waiting for that right moment to wait for one of the defenders to open up the castle armor panels, in which he get a total of 2 kills. Although he was about to get the 3rd kill, but he could not win the gunfight against the 416C carbine, in which he used the sidearm to try to eliminate him. But all in all, Nat is on its way to a win against Wolframite Esports, because they are in match point, as the side will be on basement laundry room. Wolframite Esports, they are 1 round away to making this match to overtime. Will it happen? Let's find out.
That's exactly what we're here to find out, people. 6-5 is going to be the scoreline as we're headed with the match point in the favor of Nat. Let's see what they happen to offer going ahead into this match. It's definitely so many things that happen to change up as to what they wanted to bring out when it came to a map like this. But Nat somehow just surviving, hanging in there, as that's just been the motto for both these teams so far. It's not exactly been a huge breakdown of rounds for me. It's honestly, usually you come back to Division 3 like this, or in fact any divisions for that matter, you happen to notice stuff about teams that, alright, on the micro level they're really good, but yeah, on the macro level just a little lacking. So it's completely opposite for both these teams, what I'm getting to see here today. They have definitely not got micromanagement going on amongst their teams, but they've got, on an individual note, they've got a gist of how this is supposed to go down. That is what is going down. You don't get to see a whole lot of, I wouldn't say at least a huge emphasis of teamwork until except for a few rounds. I will have to talk about that. There are some rounds that happen to display some great teamwork coming in from them, but just my opinion as to what Nat and Wolframite has been playing so far. They've definitely been playing a little more focused as to what solo potential each player happens to offer, and that's not the best way to expect a good outcome, at least not in Rainbow Six Siege. Hatch is being opened up, and that's why Ace Sir is going to be watching that. We've got Hypnotes with the smoke as well. Goya once again looking to do anything ballsy, anything a little too, I would say, a little too out of the book. Drones are coming out and being taken out, as well as the attackers are just slowly making their way in. We've already got Dizzy. He's pushed up from the side of Freezer. He's got to be worried about multiple angles right now, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Drone works coming first, and now the pre-fire should follow up. No, he's just going to be waiting, and that's a free kill. Acer, not aware of his positioning, is going to get taken down. As my pushing up to him, though, excuse me, that Dizzy might be able to walk away with this frag, but the Vamai himself wants to go for a little bit of a twist and turn around. There's Praxnaf, who might be able to walk away with this frag himself, but right now it is just a look at this. Every single doorway from the entirety of the map is being covered right now, is being contested right now. It's going to be a testing moment for Wolframite Esports to walk away with this victory. Will they be able to or not? Overtime is what they are looking to take us to, but Nat wants to secure this, and it's all going to come down to these dying seconds. Oh, the Twitch test gets spotted. Daisy is going to say goodnight right now, because Ace gets that frag. Drish, meanwhile, will refrag. He makes sure he gets that. Vergix is going to be the one to take the fall. It's a 3 versus 4. The smoke is going to mask his own. Opponent, rather. But Dizzy, meanwhile, does find Prax now. That's the Goyo taken down. But here's Ace once again. He's going to stand up for his team and gets the frag. The plan is not done yet, but it's the smoke that'll be going down. So 1 versus 3. That's the ace clutch for the man, and Ronnie the Sim will make sure he does not allow that. That'll be the finishing kill from the side of Nat to make sure they win this match fair and square. It'll be 7-5 on Oregon. What a cleanup from the side of both these teams. It definitely could have been very different as to what we expected walking into this match. But hey, we got an amazing match to witness, that's for sure. And that's exactly what happened. Nat will be taking these people, and they'll be looking to further advance themselves in that possible promotion spot of a Division 2. That being said, Baba Gusta, any closing thoughts to what you might have to say about this amazing match that we just happened to witness?
I mean, starting off, Foxy, Wolframed Esports did get things under control, winning at least 3 attack rounds, I believe. And Nat did try to make up their amends, winning at least on Basement Laundry. And then they start to, bring up their pace by winning on round 5 and round 6 on the defense. Followed up with the second half, Nat, it was technically rounds, it was Nat's round all the way. But there were some 2 rounds that was on round 9 and round 10, where Basement Laundry and Second 4 Kids was the side. Wolframed Esports did hold their ground so damn well. Even we did see Drish taking a total of 4 kills and was about to get an ace. But since him using the pistol going up against the MP7 bandit, even with him getting good amount of information, couldn't get the kill, in which unfortunately Drish couldn't get the ace. Although it was a very well made effort from both the teams, especially on the side of Wolframed Esports as well as the on the side of Team Nat. But all in all, Nat did, however, recover their mistakes, and they just did it out in style.
That's exactly what I think happened. Nat definitely made amends to their mistakes. I think that's what happened to get that little extra edge towards what they wanted to do. We'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet, reliving the moment rather. Just a little force of habit. As I say quick moment, I say ACT Fibernet. The ACT 5 minute, very quick internet speeds, people, and that just happens to me relating with that word. That being said, we are reliving the moments right now from the highlights from the match. That is, I've got to talk about what Baba happened to say, and very true to what he happened to point out. Wolframed Esports did happen to start off amazingly well. They had some great stuff as to how you happen to be stationing them. Coming out, starting off on attack. Ace was just phenomenal. The Ash plays from him, definitely underrated. Hopefully I'll be getting to see more from him. Speaking of which, this round in specific, Nat happened to walk away with this solo round in the first half of the match. But coming back to what I was trying to convey, the fact that it was Nat who had a very good pacing in this match when you think about it in the entirety. The first half, at least the first 4 rounds of the half, went in a rather I'd say a gamble play that came out from both these. Now look at this shot, 1 tap from Drish. The 1 tap comes in and it just walks away. I had to make sure I get that on the cam, and it's a 1 tap from Drish. We're not missing 1 taps here. But hey, coming back to what I was trying to convey, the fact that Nat had the right amount of pacing in this match. Starting out the first 4 rounds, a little to and fro between the enemy team and themselves. Wolframed was turning out to be a very dominant team, at least how they happened to start off the match. But then you happen to go ahead, it just turned out to be another story. Nat threw in some really I would say randomized stuff that I think Wolframed Esports got thrown back to a little bit, because we did see substantial amount of damage coming out to what the Legion, I'd say the Capcan and whatnot, the Goyo especially, coming out from the side of Nat was definitely helping them. It put the side of Wolframed Esports in a little bit of a sketchy position. They had to make sure they get their stuff right again, and by the time they did that, Nat went back to a very classic strategy of how they happen to make pushes, how they happen to make holds and whatnot, because that's what we got to see from Nat clearing this stuff up. And very honestly, so they deserve this victory, because they really played this well, except not in the beginning for sure. But yeah, turning things around and getting themselves the victory over Wolframed Esports does happen to put Wolframed in a little bit of a sad situation, because they've not exactly had a great run of Season 3 so far. But hey, we're looking forward to see what Nat happens to bring out in the future, that I'll be getting to see in the next week. That being said, Baba Gusta, as we proceed towards the end of reliving the moments here, anything you have to add towards the end of this as to what you happen to observe in this match?
Well, Foxy, talking about Wolframite Esports, they did give them their best, although they are not in a very good position because they've lost a total of 4 matches in Division 3, and they are also, they are on the verge of being eliminated. The only thing that I can say to Wolframite Esports is to not give up. Although I did see some amazing plays from both Ace when he was playing we did see some great bandit play in which he did eliminated the Ace, in which it happened on the side of Drish. So the only thing that I can say from Wolframite is to never give up. No matter what kind of barrier, what kind of boulder it tries to hunt you down, or if why would a boulder hunt you down? If a boulder tries to knock you down, or I mean,
I just
if a
imagine,
thunder,
I
yeah,
imagine the stone walking towards me like I'm Kuvera and he's Jackal. Don't say a boulder is going to hunt me down. That's like my deepest, darkest secret, Baba. That's my deepest, darkest fear, in fact. Why would you talk
Alright.
like that about the boulder? I'm just kidding, people.
all right.
Just, you do happen to have a slip of tongue here and there, but I wouldn't really blame
Yeah.
Baba. Yes, please go on.
Yeah, talking about it, no matter if if a boulder tries to knock the players down, or if a thunder tries to struck lightning towards them, you shouldn't give up. No matter what problems you have, no matter what grind that you've been making, you're having a lot of problems, you shouldn't give up, because in the end the grind is what makes you stronger. The matches, the experience that you get is what makes you stronger, and that's exactly why I still have hope for Wolframite Esports. So talking about Team Nat, yes, they've made a lot of mistakes. We did see some randomized plays that I did get to see. Drish using the IQ, it did work out well for them in their favor, but sometimes those mistakes can be able to give the opposition team a fighting chance to win it, in which Wolframite Esports did do it in most of those rounds, but unfortunately couldn't get the win when when they started to defend on first floor kitchen. And then in round 12 basement laundry, Nat was like, you know what, I think let's just divide and conquer. Instead, we do see 2 players pushing in from basement laundry, the other 2 from freezer, and the last one who was trying to push in from the big tower stairs. They started eliminating the players one by one and made sure Wolframite Esports won't be able to put the match on overtime. A very impressive plays from Nat, and also don't give up, Wolframite Esports. We're still counting on you. The entire team. The entire community still thinks that they'll be able to
I
perform
wouldn't
well.
really, go hard on them right now. They've
Mhm.
definitely turned out to be a very surprising entry, or I would say, obviously, it's a deserving entry for sure. They've made it through a plethora of teams in the entirety of the region and made it to the top 24. That's a feat, people. And if that's not an achievement in itself, then I don't know what is. We'll be seeing more from Wolframite Esports in the 3rd week as well, people. This is not the end of season 2. We'll be getting to see more of these Division 3 play days and all of your favorite teams. And speaking of which, if you want to get in on the action, make sure you register for yourselves in the season 3 of the Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege. The registrations are live for season 3, people. The links can be found in the description of the video that you happen to be watching right now. That being said, we've got another match coming up. That's not it, guys, for today. We've got Division 3 action coming at you back to back. And just make sure that you have your popcorn ready, because the next match is going to be a naughty one. We've got Naughty Indians versus Nevermind Esports. That being said, that'll be it from me and Baba Gusta. And we'll see you guys on the other side of the break. Stay tuned.
All right then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with ACT Fibernet and AFK Gaming. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Foxy, as we are here for the last game of Week 2 of Division 3. In Season 2, and it is going to be a fresh map, a new map. Well, I say new because we haven't seen it in quite some time. Consulate comes out between Nevermind Esports and Naughty Indians, which will be the final game of the night. Hopefully I can stick around long enough to see the end of this one, and hopefully my power doesn't completely surge and shut down my entire system all over again. Jokes aside, we'll be going into the match in a quick moment as the ban phase is now live on the map of Consulate, and the first ban has been Blackbeard. No surprises there. Blackbeard from the side of Naughty Indians on Consulate. It's happened before and it will happen again. Similarly, a Thatcher ban will come out on the other side from Nevermind Esports. No Nomad ban, mind you, as Nomad, one of those operators you get to see banned when it comes to Consulate. Not today, clearly, from either team, as they want to play Nomad and deny defender flank routes, allow defender flank routes, by not banning her. But enough of my very long-winded and roundabout explanation of why that ban isn't here. We've got a Valkyrie ban on the other side for the side of the defense coming out from Nevermind Esports. This is another pretty standard ban for Consulate. Valkyrie, when it comes to information on Consulate, has proven herself to be powerful, very powerful, time and time again, and that is why banning her is going to cripple the defender's intel gathering potential just that much more. On the other side, Mira will be banned just to take out that little bit extra amount of powerfulness that the side of the defense could have had. That was, of course, Naughty Indians' own ban, as we're just confirming from the side of both teams that Tachanka himself is currently under competitive quarantine and will not be available to play in competitive games until the esports season of 2021. A pretty good move, as he's an operator that we'll need to keep on our eyes on, his performance as we go forward with Rainbow Six at the end of this year. But enough about that. That's a discussion for another day. Let's have a look at both of the rosters that are here in the lobby for us right now. From the side of Nevermind Esports, we've got Ohm, Beam, that dude, Moose, and Sonic, while on the other side, from the side of Naughty Indians, we've got Ashrit, Body, Mando, Vinci, and Sam, as we will be heading into the first round on second floor console office. And I've kept the man for the mic long enough. Foxy, take it away.
Bomb located by attacker.
Thank you for that beautiful introduction into this match, Blackjack. I'll be taking it from here. We've got some amazing operator lineups. That's exactly what my eyes were on to, as we happen to be going into this match. We'll be up and running with this prep that is coming in from the side of the defense, and very standard stuff. And speaking of Consulate, though, does happen to be a very, very rarely picked map. I'm so glad we're getting to see it today. Going to be after the qualifiers straight up that we're getting to see it today. And hey, that does put things into perspective. This might be, if not the first Consulate match in a division stage we've gotten to see. It's either Clubhouse, it's either Oregon, maybe it's Villa, but it's Cafe as well sometimes. It's never Consulate. I'm so glad we're getting to see this map today. It'll be giving us a little dynamic as to what we happen to see every day. Sure, you guys must be wanting that as well as already. That dude is going to pick up Naughty Mando. Caught out in a little bit of a rotation that he happened to make towards yellow. Just caught out in a bad spot. Made sure he get that frag in for himself. Naughty Mando is not exactly going to be happy about that. A very early kill. Did not even hit the 2-minute mark, as Vinci already very aggressive with what he wants to be performing over here. I still got him holding this down. A possible peak could come in any moment now, and that's exactly what he's expecting. Not sure who that happens to be on the rappel though. That's going to be Moose. Not here. The muzzle go out. That's I could not make of it. We got Nomad as well along with him. That's going to be Sonic from Nevermind Esports. He's just holding this down. And Sonic, people, he is in fact the ex-player from Revolution, ex-veterans. You might know him from that. They did happen to be a Division 3 team themselves. Like a little bit of a player swap is what Nevermind Esports needed. Now, gonna come down to the utility clearance that already that dude is implying so much utility of himself on. Drone works being done in map controllers, well, at least as to how Consulate is approached. This is pretty much the map control. You want to establish all of the choke points that you've gotten to take care of, and obviously the planter, your planter on site. That's going to be a standard push that we get to see from the side of the attack. And home, oh, all right, a nice name. Just happened to notice. A very good name. We would love to do. You know, it'll actually be very ironical if he does happen to get the finishing frag for this match, because usually his IGN is what he happen to say towards the end of a ritual. But since there's no chunk cut, there's no lot, there's no rituals, but there's so many kills going on, the scoreboard lights up, and towards the end of it, there's only one person surviving. It's all out of Wincy. He's got to find 4 people. He's gonna find the diffuser. He won't be able to find the Ash. That dude is going to make sure he takes down this dude, and it'll be Wincy. Nevermind, Esports will get the first round in, and that'll be a very good attacking round to start things off for the side of the attackers. Over, you'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay as to what we just happened to witness. A quick turn of events. I wouldn't really blame them as well, just as how it happened to go, and just as I was trying to emphasize on the same fact that, hey, it is Consulate. You don't necessarily need to be inside the site when it happens to be the second floor console office and meeting room. That being said, we'll be headed to that same side once again. From the side of the defense, that'll be Naughty Indians. Maybe they'll be trying to change things up and bring something new. That being said, round 2 will be underway, and Blackjack, over to you.
A beautiful first round coming out from the side of Nevermind Esports. Nothing short of what you'd expect from them in round 1. Starting off strong on the attack on Consulate. Rightly so. Naughty Indians, unfortunately, not exactly in the best position to make the plays that they wanted to. However, it's just been the first round, and that is a taste of the waters that Nevermind Esports are bringing in. Naughty Indians, of course, are going to take that into account as we move into the second round. Vinci, all right, that's very interesting, decides to open up the window at the bottom of the Visa stairs on first floor. No, I don't think he's about to run out from there, but another window. All right, I just noticed the one in connector has been blown wide open. And this is some pretty interesting ideas coming out from Naughty Indians. Looks like they want to throw the side of Nevermind Esports for a loop right here, forcing them to hang back and spawn for just a little bit in cover, as they will be afraid of the spawn peaks. The IQs coming out from Ohm, but more importantly, Sonic has got the Nomad, the operator we were talking about before in the ban phase, as she is so important for shutting down flank routes and, you know, just runouts, flank routes, anything that a defender can move through. You can count on Nomad to shut down that push. Vinci, I was going to shut down Moose. In the meanwhile, that's a big drop right there. The Thermite is gone, and Vinci, that is, barely survives a grenade and shots from the yellow stair skylight, moves back into the skylight to throw another disc. The man is just all over the place right now, throwing the side of Naughty Indians for a loop. His body's going to find Sonic. In the meanwhile, Nevermind Esports not exactly looking too good right now, having lost 2 very big bodies. Vince's got to be careful. There's somebody rappelling on the yellow stairs window. There's that dude, the Ash, on top. He's been spotted. He saw the Wamai, but he's going to go down. Beautiful shot from Vinci, as Naughty Indians seems to have warmed up very, very well indeed. Both Vinci and Sam are the ones low on HP, but it literally does not matter to them, as it's all down to Ohm and Beam in a 2v5. Trying to push up the yellow stairs, but that shot onto the Wamai Magnet is going to give away their position. There's a Maestro down below. He'll get taken down, as the lumbering 3 armor is going to be hurt and taken down by the sledge. The L85 comes out, but now he's got to face a vertical battle against the smoke inside of sight. Takes out the default cam as Ohm is going up spiral stairs, but the door is blocked. So he'll have to expend bullets, and that's going to give away his push that he would have otherwise wanted to keep secret. 1 gas canister goes out from the smoke. Ashrid just making sure that he deals at least some damage or delays the push from the attackers for as long as possible. 2v4s are not completely unclutchable as Home's gonna find one more, and there's Ushrit going down to Beam as it's now a 2v2. Make that a 1v2. Beam, last man standing, 1 HP, caught in a Banshee, will go down as Vinci will claim his third in the round, and that is going to give us another round going the way, this time, of Naughty Indians. Round 2, that is their first round. Had a bit of a scare, as we'll see in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. It looked for a quick second that it might not go their way. However, it did, and that is what really matters. 1-1 is the scoreline going into round 3, as we'll be headed to basement, garage, and cafeteria from the side of Naughty Indians.
It looks like that that commitment towards going back to console and meeting was a right decision for Naughty Indians to make. They made sure that everything was accounted for, and they are here on the third round, on the second side for them. It's going to be garage, and from the looks of it, we might get to see a very standard hold coming in from them. Just a standard bandit trick. Got no top floor hold, or maybe there is. Naughty Mando is actually going for this reinforcement right now, along with the smoke. There's a top floor hold coming in from them, but I'm not sure up to what extent that is going to be committed to, because we do get to see so many of these top floor holds come out with usually a mutant to play, and that's not the operator I get to see right now in the lineup. So that just happens to make me believe that, all right, it's just going to come down to these. It's going to come down to these gunfights and strategies out of the meta that the defenders have chosen to go for it. Anyways, we will be going ahead onto round 3, and we've got quite the stuff from the side of Nevermind Esports as well. I'm gonna have to be honest here, but it just is coming down to the fact that we cannot be taking sides right now. It's Consulate. We haven't seen this map in a while. We don't know what these teams might be planning to bring out. Beam is already prepping up a nade, and looks like that Laddu is not going to convert, because Beam will go down, and that'll be Naughty Sam to take that kill. I've got to keep my eyes somewhere where I can read these names. There we go. Got Vinci picking up another frag as well. That is quick double kill coming in from the side of Naughty Indians. They've definitely put themselves up in a really good position, and they don't want to back away from it. Just as the chat happens to enlighten us, they've definitely warmed up quite a bit now. Look at these entry frags that are coming out from their side, and that dude already picking up a fight here with Vinci, who got stuck with the beginning kill that he happened to bring out onto Sonic. Vinci still holding this down. He's trying to be as ecstatic as he can, because that's exactly what he wants to do. He does not want to die to the hands of the Ash. Legion pushing up close to Moose, but I don't think Moose knows this. Legion is actually going above. He might be able to find that dude if he does not pay attention to this, but Naughty Body, he falls back. Oh, this is turning out to be a cat and mouse game. But finally, it'll be Naughty Man who will be getting a frag, and there's Body to add up to that damage, and damage is done well, people. From the side of Naughty Indians, it'll be a flawless round coming in from them, as we will be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. But hey, it just comes down to comes down to the fact that, hey, Naughty Indians are they're not even letting the side of the attack get back to side. They are able to make quick work of them before they even happen to make their way onto the map. That's what we love to see when it comes to some good defensive rounds, and that's what we're getting to see as well. Naughty Indians putting up a show here for us. We'll be headed to round 4. Score is in the favor of Naughty Indians, but it's still a very early advantage that they've taken for themselves. Anything could happen from here on. Speaking of anything happening, we've got Beam switching from the Twitch onto the Mountain, and that's going to be the sixth pick coming in from the side of the attackers. That being said, over to you, Blackjack, as to how round 4 is going to fare.
The early round advantage going the way of Naughty Indians after a little bit of a shaky first round, but of course that can always come down to the fact that they were testing the waters, waiting to see what Nevermind Esports would bring out, and then deciding accordingly exactly how hard they are going to go in this game. We've got some pretty good setups coming out from them, mind you, as they will just be preparing up on second floor. The standard stuff when it comes to first floor lobbies preparations. You've got the Maestro, you've got the recently added to competitive Malusi, the ever so present Smoke, Jaeger, and Legion. And that pretty much completes your defender setup. If a Mira was unbanned, you'd be seeing a Mira probably playing inside a bathroom and maybe one window on second floor. But outside of that, there's not too much that has changed with the first floor lobby holds ever since Consulate got that faded map buff. Right now, in the meanwhile, Nevermind Esports haven't exactly looked too good starting off. They had a great first round, really, shutting down Naughty Indians on pretty much all fronts and almost brought it back in round 2 when it was a 2v5, all down to Ohm and Beam. But they couldn't quite manage it right now. Wait a minute, I see these flashbangs going off. The door's been blown wide open on lobby. And those are smoke grenades, but those could be Ushrit's smoke grenades for all we know right now. As the open window in admin has been spotted by Sonic. He's been pre-firing this for a while, just scaring the defender in there. Sam's taking a bit of damage as well. Not sure where this one came out of, but he's got to be careful with the kind of peaks he is playing with. Vinci, in the meanwhile, opens up the balcony window. Right. I don't... Yeah. Okay. I thought Foxy had something to say. He interrupted me for a second there. But anyway, come back to the point at hand. We've got a lot of smoke bolts going out, but there's going to be a drop. That's Moose who's going to go down, and Beam's taking some damage. I think he wanted to go in for the plant. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to. His cover went down, and now the flashbangs are all that stands between a successful plant and the defenders taking the advantage. Sonic takes some damage, even more, and even more. He's going to go down. Mando takes that kill, and the Montaigne will unshield to try and find him, but no, the Ash and the Hibana fire back as it's now a 3v3. That dude and Ohm doing what they can. That dude finds another, but the plant will be denied by the Maestro inside a bathroom. The Ash is now caught in a Banshee. Can he find the Maestro? Not quite. Damage is done to him. Instead, Body has just taken a very influential kill, and that dude is now going to be going for the plant. Is that advised? I don't think so, but the plant turns out was a bait. Doesn't matter. Sam will come in to claim the kill, and the Ash will fall. It's all down to Ohm. Last man standing with 40 seconds in hand. No diffuser and very little intel. He knows about Maestro's position. Does he know where the Legion is sitting? Going around to the rotate. Ill-advised because of the Banshee, and Body will take full advantage of that, taking down the last man standing, as that is going to be another round going the way of Naughty Indians. A great defensive hold on first floor lobby. The mid-round refrags were in fact there from Nevermind Esports. However, it wasn't quite enough. They've looked good in patches, but they can't seem to string them quite together yet. As second floor console office will be the side of choice once again, and a full lap has been made around the map of Consulate.
Well, that seems to be the case. We've got some good stuff coming in from the side of the defense. Naughty Indians starting off a little rusty, I believe. The first round did happen to go on the side of Nevermind. But honestly, it was not the fact that Naughty Indians happened to play that rusty. Nevermind did play really well in the first round. They were very confident as to what they were trying to bring out. It is coming down to a very close call to what Nevermind is trying to perform, but it's just the fact that Naughty Indians is able to win the gunfights time and again against Nevermind Esports. Every single time you happen to see stuff like this come in from the side of Nevermind, Naughty Indians is always ready. They know exactly what's up. We did see Naughty Mando with some really aggressive plays as well. So just the way it happens to be, at least for the past 4 rounds, Naughty Indians very strong in the side of defense, and Consulate does happen to be an attacker favored map at least. So yeah, honestly at this point I don't know which map is what favored, with the meta changing so much over the course of the past few months, that is, and now with the new changes coming in, I'm sure it's gonna have a very different outtake to what we happen to see on a usual scale. Sonic just baiting out the Wamai charges, but I don't think there are any because there's no Wamai. There won't be any Wamai employed. Sonic just wasted 2 of his flashes. It's weird. He could have just... a very simple trick to find if there's a Wamai, that magnet there over there or not. But I'm gonna leave that tutorial for later, I believe. Is definitely I cannot show you guys right now. I can... oh, all right. That That did take me off guard a little bit. Beam Rolakpur just going to drop in a nade very casually, and that'll be Naughty Mando to take the fall. But Ashwin Dabania is going to be quick to take his friend's position. Moves meanwhile does find Vinci. That's 2 important kills already being dropped from the side of the attackers rather, as the defense does start to crumble. Ashwin Dabania on the side of yellow. He's got so many angles to take care of. His position's being given away. Naughty Body takes a frag. Meanwhile, that'll be Sonic to take the fall. Naughty Body trying to do more, but he's just going to go back on his cams. And here is Naughty Sam. He's going to be trying to do some naughty stuff, but he's going to get caught out before he does walk away with 1 kill at least. Beam pushing up. He's not able to find the smoke. That's some great play with the shotgun in hand, playing close range, knowing exactly what to do. Low on HP, that'll be Ashwin Dabania, but you've got Naughty Body with the Alda and full HP, 100 on the man. Could go for this rappelling from the side of Thermite, and that'll just mean his death. And Naughty Body does not even care. He just peeks wide onto the Thermite, and he gets that frag onto... he peeks the Hibana rather, and he gets that frag onto the Hibana as well. Still got a 1 versus 2 for Moose to fight against, and he's definitely found himself in a really tricky position as to how this match happened to start. Once again, I'd like to emphasize on this a little later as Moose tries to attempt his clutch here. He's going to breathe in some of that toxic babe. Ashwin Dabania knows exactly where that is coming from. He knows that there is so much information trade-off going on right now. Just trying to look for any default camps. There'll be none. Spiral entryway is what is being opened up, but that also gives away his position. Does not matter cam or no cam. Trying to come in with this pre-fire, 30 seconds left, and the smoke canisters are what are stopping him from making this push. But more importantly, that is what is denying him a line of sight. It'll just be a free kill for Naughty Body to finish things off. That'll be Naughty Indians walking away with another round, people, as they definitely have warmed up to this one. I've got to talk about it. We've got Naughty Indians starting off a little rusty towards the start of this match, and towards the start of many of these rounds, we got to see them win. They've been able to shift the tides around and take things in their advantage, and that's what we love to see from a team like Naughty Indians. As you know how the tagline goes, people. Nobody does it better. That being said, we'll be headed to the last round before the role swap, and it'll be round 6. We've got a Warden pick coming in from Naughty Body as well. An interesting pick from the man, as let's see what this round has to offer before we head into the second half of this match.
Well, for one, I've definitely got to commend the Warden pick from Body right there, as you don't usually get to see that unless you know your opponents are running Ying or Glass, and or that is, of course, as given Operation Neon Dawn, everything we see in front of us currently, all of these deployable shields and all of these My Magnets, Jaeger, ADS combos, it's all going to be going away. And it's going to be going away in a couple of weeks, potentially at the beginning of Season 3. Who knows, maybe the update could be timed absolutely pitch perfectly to drop as just before Season 3 qualifiers begins. Of course, that's wishful thinking. It's all down to how, it's all down to how that works out. Right now, we've got round 6 to go through for Naughty Indians, as they are at this point going through the motions against Nevermind Esports. There's a team that both me and Foxy and even Baba have praised quite a bit for being a solo team and coming as far as they have. They've improved, and over the course of the 2 seasons, they've improved even more. Going from being just a solo team that really seemed a little out of it most times to being a pretty consistent team here in Division 3. Today, they face a big challenge against Naughty Indians, and so far, they haven't been allowed to answer back in the slightest. Beam, he's going to have some flashbacks about that grenade through the drone hole that the Thermite's requesting of him. Moose knows that, of course, as they will be looking to drone it in as much as possible, just in case Sam decides to once again be a little cheeky and try and get a kill through that drone hole. Looks like it won't be the case, as Beam will get the bandit battery and force the wall wide open with the help of the exit charge of Moose. Nicely done from Nevermind Esports. This is something they could not do the last time they went to attack Basement Garage, and that is one of the things that might just contribute as a big changing factor. Minute 30 on the clock. Nevermind Esports still have plenty of time to gather intel and to take out as much utility as possible. Establish vertical dominance. They need to do that, and looks like they already have been. No, these are the vertical holes made by Ushrit, the smoke, who is currently busy using them to try and find Ohm. Does a bit of damage, unfortunately isn't able to get the kill, and I think he wanted to throw a grenade but thought better of it, as that dude is holding second floor just to make sure that nobody's about to get any bright ideas about flanks. But no, here is Body up from yellow stairs to find a big kill. Ohm will drop, and that's your heart breacher gone. Unfortunately, Body's gonna be caught running around onto second floor, unaware that that dude was already up there, as Sonic finds Vinci in the meanwhile. It's only a 4v3, as Nevermind Esports have brought the heat onto Naughty Indian. Sonic going down the back stairs as Mando, wait a minute, Beam, where are you looking? The pre-fire was already happening from the Jaeger, but for whatever reason, the sledge went completely the opposite direction. Right now, Mando is trying to find the Ash as that dude circles around between the line of sight made by Hibana and the door and finds the kill, making the man advantage swing their way once again. More vertical lines of sight are being opened as Sam and Usher, they're in a bit of a pickle. They're trying to find these last three attackers. Can they do it? Sam's gonna see one, does a bit of damage to the thermite, but he has to fall back as Moose now knows his position, pushes in as Usher finds one, but there's no time to plant! And it will not work out. Naughty Indians, it doesn't matter how many bodies they lose. Even if they have 2 men alive, they will still make it such that even default plants are impossible to execute. Very unfortunate for Nevermind Esports, as we'll see in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. They took too long to get to White Van into sight, and then there was just that little bit of pre-fight denial. Usher taking a kill that scared Nevermind enough to force them not to go for the plant in time. They were too apprehensive, took too long, and that is why we're seeing a 5-1 scoreline going to round 7, as Naughty Indians will be going into the attack with a huge, absolutely massive advantage. And Sam with the 6th pick out of the Lion into the ace.
A massive advantage indeed. That's what Naughty Indians happens to hold right now. 5-1, one round away from taking this to match point. Definitely Nevermind Esports has been shaken up a little bit. Honestly, that's what it looks like. Just the way they've been happening to play. Even we got to see that huge misplay from Beam. I'm not sure what went down. Did they not drone the area, or they thought that the Jaeger is dropped down, or there was only one defender? I'm not sure. Huge misunderstandings coming in from their side is definitely something that they've got to worry about just a little bit, or maybe a whole lot, because 5-1 looks like a risky position to play on, especially if you happen to be Nevermind Esports. Ashwin the Bunny is brought out the Nomad with the rope. Completely forgot about the fact that we've got the role swap coming in. But great stuff, at least as to what Ashwin the Bunny has been offering. At least in the impactful frag business, you know. He's only got 2 frags, but speaking of which, those 2 are very impactful in both the times that he's gotten in. That's exactly what a support player is supposed to be doing, people. Don't necessarily need to play kills in this game. You've got your entry fraggers to take care of that. Naughty Body with the Capitao pick, once again, loving the Capitao emphasis from the attackers. Definitely love to see a Capitao play come out. And I'm not sure if these are enough reinforcements, because Moose might as well lose his life staying behind this table, and if he gets droned out, he'll get wall banged from just the spiral rappel. I'm not sure if that'll come in or not. Naughty Body meanwhile has already made his way towards long. Nobody contesting him so far. Now with that single bullet being fired, maybe his position's being given away. I don't think so. Sonic will find a frag under Vinci. I'm not sure where that went down, but he's going to be very glad that he got that frag. Melusi's gadget is what is being activated right now. There's no rotation, and that just makes things so difficult for Naughty Body. He's going to walk away with the frag anyway. Just some pre-fires that he's trying to make here. Melusi is there inside this site. That's going to be a meeting room that he happens to be holding down all by himself. Droneworks will come, and this is exactly what I was talking about. Not enough reinforcements or rotations for that matter. There'll be a quick refrag right back in from the smoke as well. Ombatwa make sure he gets that frag. Will he get another? No, he'll get shut down. That'll be onto connector. Ashud the Banya going for the plant after that very important kill once again. A C4 goes out. That's up to nothing. Beam Rolakpur has got to take the fall because the ace comes up, and that's just the cleanup from Not Indians people. They are taking this. They are taking us to match point. In fact, they'll be going to match point. Just have to fix my grammar while I happen to sit this round out. We'll be headed to round 8. And we've got quite the stuff already coming in from Not Indians. We'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT 5-minute instant replay as we go ahead into this match. We've definitely got so much more of a surprise as to what I happen to see, because just on a rather general note, I love to see what Nevermind Esports has to offer. They've been a very curious team as to which I happen to see things unfold. But today they've definitely not unfolded in their favor. And we are looking at Not Indians sitting on a 6-1 scoreline. Let's see if they take this 7-1. Is that going to be it for them? Or will we see Nevermind Esports try and fight back and put up a fight?
Right now, the emphasis from Nevermind Esports needs to be on their gunfights and a little bit of situational awareness. Of course, where I'm looking at the Malusi, who was sitting inside of a meeting in the previous round. I'm not sure, even after so many shots being fired on the wall directly and quite literally behind him, he went prone right next to the Visa Stairs door in his line of sight. It's a moment, if ever we've had one, ladies and gentlemen. But, of course, speculation aside, it's just like Foxy said, Nevermind Esports haven't exactly shown up today. They have not had the best of days, and that happens. You know, you have bad days every now and again when it comes to competitive Rainbow Six. You can't be hyper consistent every single day, every single hour of every single match. Unless you're some of the god tier teams out there. I mean, in that case, well, hats off. But for most teams, especially down here in Division 3, usually there's a good number of bad days mixed in with the good days that you usually get to see. Beam, in the meanwhile, is going to spot one that is a rappel onto the main double window of meeting room site itself. That's something that they need to be aware of, mind you. Vinci is going to decide to fall back instead, rappel back up as Mando's taking a lot of gunfights right now. A lot of shots fired and a lot of damage done. He's got to be careful as the man is just under half HP. The Ash, of course, cannot afford to go down right now as Samo breaches are going off somewhere on the map. Sam has gotten to work doing some hard breaching as Sonic holding on Spiral Stairs. He's probably spotted with that pre-fire, not that pre-fire, excuse me, with the shots he fired on the drone. And he's pushing up through Long Desk right now. Can he find the Ash? Sees him, but Beam's gonna find Mando instead. That's a big and a good drop, but unfortunately, he exposed himself to the double window of sight, and Vinci takes advantage of that momentary lapse of judgment. That dude in a pretty peculiar spot as well, as Moose has got a pre-placed C4 waiting for somebody to vault in on the main window of sight itself. Shots are going to be fired as that's going to be another kill. Make that even more. Sam gets the double as the plant is about to go off inside his sight from Ushrit. It's all down to Moose and Ohm. Can they deny in time? The shotgun will miss and Body will just make a beeline for the head and the neck of Ohm. That was brutal. That was quick and hilarious. At the same time, the 3-speed of Capitao comes zooming into sight to finish off the last defender. The smoke didn't even see that coming. We didn't even see that coming, as that is going to be the eighth round win and the 7-1 cleanup for Naughty Indians. What a match and a half, ladies and gentlemen, that we got to see today. Absolutely amazing from the side of Naughty Indians, and what a way to cap off the final match of the night, as that has been all of the games that we had in store for all of viewers at home today. But of course, we're not quite done with this match. We are going to be dissecting this game a little bit with Relive the Moment, where of course we go ahead and watch back the best moments of the match that we had, and do a little bit of analysis, a little bit of talking about those particular rounds. Of course, we'll be going into that in just a quick second, ladies and gentlemen, as Man, Nevermind Esports, they really just could not show up today as the relive is live on your screens right now. Starting all the way back at round one, the only round that Nevermind Esports won, and that was when they absolutely shut down Naughty Indians. But now, looking back at this match on the other side of this 7-1, I mean, one can only say that Naughty Indians were just testing the water, seeing the kind of skill level that Nevermind Esports are bringing out. Unfortunately for Nevermind, it was not to be for them, as this little potential 2v4 clutch could have happened, but it didn't because of the crossfires that were held by the side of the defenders. 1 second floor console was won, and they had a chance to change sites, go down below, and go do whatever roam holes they wanted to. It was practically a done deal. Offside action, can we call it? Yes, we can. Round 3 never even got close to sight, and it didn't exactly get much better from there. Again, a 2v2 that was down from a 2v5, if I'm not wrong, for the side of Nevermind Esports. But again, their mid-round frag potential is there. They just never can quite seem to get their full potential strung through. And then, of course, we have this round where the Jaeger just got a hands-free kill onto the Sledge, really. He was pre-firing right towards the Ash through the line of sight made by Hibana, but then Sledge just happened to walk in the bathroom and not even looking towards the Jaeger. I mean, there were some very massive derp moments coming out, if I'm allowed to use that meme word, shall we say, from the side of Nevermind Esports, as again, it was a round of back and forth, round 7, but the attackers took it as Naughty Indians were completely and utterly unstoppable tonight. And then, of course, the round that we just got to see, round 8, just no holds barred, no prisoners taken, and the zooming melee of the Capital to finish things off. What a match and a half, ladies and gentlemen, and what a day of games. What a particularly odd day it has been for us here at the caster's seat, with so many technical difficulties and so many other its and bits here and there. But of course, all of that has subsided and all of that has been taken care of, as we will be ending tonight's stream here, as we've had some fantastic games. And before we go, another reminder to all of our viewers to check out the Esports Club over in the link in the description down below, to make sure you get yourselves registered as a team or even as a solo player for Season 3 qualifiers. That is right, Season 3 qualifiers are live, so make sure, if you want to be there in the thick of the action and the qualifiers for the 3rd season of the Pro League, go on ahead. Link is in the description below. If you're looking for a team, we've got solo registrations as well. It's all there with details as well. So head on over to the Esports Club and get yourselves registered. We'll see you over there in Season 3. With all of that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for watching today's matches, as that has been it for myself, Blackjack, my co-hosts, Baba Gusta and Foxy. And we'll be seeing you tomorrow with Division 2 going live in, of course, some time. We'll be coming back with that tomorrow. Stay tuned, and good night.